people. It is Thursday 22nd of February. Welcome to TDA, the day after your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And I'm one of your lovely hosts for today, my own royalty.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
That is right. How is everyone this morning?
All good, man.
Love
All
that.
good, you know.
Ben, how are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. How was your rest day?
It was all right, actually.
Did you get much done?
Yeah, one could say that.
How did you spend it, other than working?
Trying to get Usher tickets.
Did you succeed?
No, I did not.
Kai.
I know. I'm going to try again today. So, yeah. I just think O2 is just getting my nerves at this point. Because, basically, yeah. So, obviously, when they first announced this, there was 3 days they announced, yeah. I knew Usher wasn't going to do 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't make sense. Cool. Then they did, so that was on Wednesday, right? They did another pre-sale yesterday. But the annoying thing sometimes is that when you're in a queue for a ticket, obviously trying to get the tickets of the dates you've seen, they sneak in another date. That happened. Only for me to go back at like 10:30, me and my friend were like, do you know what? Let's just forget it. We'll try again today, kind of, as in today, Thursday. Only for me to just say, let me go and just check. This is about 2 o'clock. They had released an extra date that went on sale at 1 o'clock. And I just felt like, what is the point of being on O2 if you're going to send me a message to tell me another date went? Do you get what I mean? Like, anyway, so that happened. So we'll go again today. Got a long story short. I mean, I know I'm going to be that other way. So, yeah, we go again today.
When did your love of Usher begin? Before or after his
Super Bowl.
Zionist remarks?
So you see stuff like that. I'm not somebody. No, it's fine. I'm not somebody that can be shamed about anything. If I like something, I like something.
You got it.
I just think I do got it bad, and I just don't know why. If you don't, because there's a whole conversation online and whatnot, and I just think if you don't want to see Usher because you are taking a stand, I love that for you. But I don't know why we live in a society where people have to impose their moral values on other people. What? I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to help you. So whatever it is that you think you're doing, whatever it is, however you think you're making a stance and whatnot, I love that for you. I love that. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Big up you. Power to the people in that. But me, as for me in my household, I will be singing You Got It Bad and all the new songs on Coming Home come April next year. It just is what it is.
Christy said, no, 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 no. I managed to get that last date they sneaked in.
Well done, Christy. I might jump you next time you come in here. No, I'm gonna be there every way. Trust me. Like, I'm gonna be there. No. It's just sometimes you gotta do a little chicken dance before. But I'm gonna be there. But love that for you, Christy. I do. I'm not a witch.
She's there rubbing it in. That's
No, leave her. Don't worry.
witchy
Christy,
behaviour.
She might get the day she deserves. Leave her. But you know. But yeah, man, I think the people that are on moral high grounds, I love that for you. Like, I absolutely love it for you, but I just don't understand the obsession with trying to hold everyone else accountable to decisions that you personally made for your personal stuff. Some of you don't even like Usher. So, you know, are you really feeling the difference? Wait for an artist that you really like. Then you can tell me you're really making a stance. Imagine me saying I'm standing against veganism, but am I vegan? So how am I feeling the difference? Some of you don't like Usher, man. So stop making a scene. But anyways, as you can tell, I don't care. I don't hold myself to standards strangers have set.
All right. So
Anyway.
Good morning, Christy. Good morning, Emmy's Snow Globe. Good morning, Abby. Good morning, Charlene. Good morning, Everest. Good morning, Purple Hills. Good morning, Lala. That's a nice picture, Lala. Good morning, JW. Good morning. That's it.
Oh.
That's it. Brent is adding sauce as usual. I just
Sauce
read
of
what
what?
you typed, babes. It's
Oh, is it Christy?
being Christy, yeah. Good morning, Greek. The concert is a year where you are gonna get tickets regardless, to be honest. Good morning, Tina. Is that how it works?
What happened?
Greek saying that concert's a year where everybody's gonna get tickets. Is that how it works?
That is not how it works, love.
Greek
You
is
don't sound like someone that
misinformed.
goes concerts.
Good morning, Susanna. Good morning, Crud Crew. Good morning, Dr. Amani.
Obviously, you pray that some people, get pregnant in time going to Labour before the concert.
That's serious.
They can sell their ticket. The usual stuff. You know, the usual stuff.
Let me just throw this up on screen. Somebody dropped it in the Discord. So yesterday we talked about Emmanuel. This pertains to the topic we were talking about yesterday with the woman who had a husband who was sleeping with his brother's wife. Remember?
That didn't happen.
A woman had a husband, and she was sleeping with her husband's wife.
All of this is fake.
And to get shot out.
What happened was there's a woman who asked the world via social media if she is kind of taking things out of proportion. What occurred was Valentine's Day came.
Oh, I saw that. She's out of order for that.
Thank you.
I saw that. I'm very disgusted.
Thank you.
But it just shows you sometimes the bar is so low. The bar is in hell, that having a guy who's nice feels like some people don't like the idea of like the man having. It's weird. I thought that was a nice gesture, but then because I am a woman of equal opportunities, I had to think: if she felt very secure in her marriage, she might not feel away. She would just know that he's a nice person, he's a kind person in general. So one has to wonder what their marriage is like for her to feel insecure about that. If he cheated in the past, he might not be sleeping with the widow, but she's thinking, boy, I can't put anything past you.
But that's because I guess you're kind of finding a reason for why she's being so unreasonable. You know what
I'm not finding a reason. I just think that people's insecurities are there for a reason.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that we don't know that if she's got any at all.
She has got insecurity though. You've been upset about your man getting a Valentine's present for his dead brother's wife is an insecurity because not something that you should bat an eyelid about. Because if that was my partner, I would be more attracted to him. Like, wow, you're very because that's a very thoughtful act.
Exactly.
Because if her husband was alive, he would have been celebrating Valentine's Day with her. On that day of love, she's going to feel the absence of her husband. So if I have a partner, that's the kind of partner I want to have, a thoughtful partner.
Question.
So yeah,
he got the same present as he got you.
Yeah, he's lazy.
No, but you said you love him
he's
more.
definitely lazy.
You said you love him more.
Sorry?
You just said you love him more.
For the thoughtful act, yes.
Of getting the same present?
I'm not. The same present thing is not. It's not a hill I'm trying to die on. I said I would love him more for being a thoughtful person. Then we'll get to the same present thing afterwards. But the reason why he got the same present because he's lazy. A lot of men don't listen and don't know what their wives like,
Well,
so he's
more
lazy.
context.
He just got Ferrero Rocher for her, Ferrero Rocher for the other one.
The wife of the dead brother.
The widow. Yeah.
The widow. Sorry. Was it insensitive for me to say dead brother?
No, I think the way you said widow was a bit harsh. But carrot.
Okay. It was flowers wrapped with money.
That's the present she's talking about.
No, the thoughtful man, your thoughtful husband.
Oh, that's not a big deal. If it's the same present, then it's flowers.
What?
It's not. That's not. I thought she meant that she got him. That he got her Jimmy Choo shoes and then got her the exact same pair of shoes. That's kind of if that's same present. If it's a thing where he got flowers for both of them with money in it, that's not that deep. That's not the hill to die on. That's not the same. That doesn't count as same present. Same present sounds like he got you guys the same handbag.
Wait.
He got them flowers.
So
He give everybody on Valentine's Day.
Wait a minute. He gave her money too.
Yeah, it's a design of the flowers. Have you not seen those flowers?
A what?
Have you not seen those
A
flowers?
Zionist flower? That is...
That's not what I said.
What did you say?
I can't remember what I said, but I didn't say Zionist. But it's a type of flowers. Like, have you not seen that? The money flowers. It's a thing.
No, I don't know money grew on trees like that.
No, it does. And it grows out of cake sometimes too.
So she goes on to say, he's giving me what I need as a woman, so why shouldn't I give him back for appreciation? Admin, since my late husband passed on, I haven't had any TLOF, so why not? We are both adults. This is crazy. I don't know why you're still on this hill loving this particular exchange. I don't know, but it's some sex stuff.
No, it's not.
He's giving me what I need as a woman. Look at the charge language.
Yeah, but women need flowers though. Women love flowers.
Wrapped in money.
Yeah, and
Oh,
it's a type of flowers.
Look, I need education. I just need to be educated. Obviously,
no, you need to have a heart.
I just don't know. I just don't know how it goes. I really don't know how it goes.
You need to have a heart because I think that's very thoughtful. But
why is this tweeter saying that she's a vile person then?
Because I think it's how she wrote it. But I think so. At first glance, it does seem like she's been unreasonable. But then when you actually think about it, there's a reason why she will feel that way. Because maybe her man's probably done something that's made her feel insecure in a relationship. Or she could be a witch. But either way, there's two things. I reckon he probably did something that made her feel like that.
Well, hopefully he continues to give her money from their coffers.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll probably stop cheating on her. That'd be great. That's always a bonus, isn't it?
Cheating on who?
That's not fair.
The wife, innit?
Wait. What, are you now? I'm confused. Are you now saying that he's cheating?
Are you now saying that you were not listening to anything I've said earlier? Is that what you're saying?
I probably wasn't.
You didn't. You weren't. Not probably. You
So he
definitely
was
weren't.
cheating?
I said they must have done something that makes her feel insecure. I've just pulled cheating out of the bag, but I'm saying the reason why she's questioning why he's giving another woman presents is because he would have done something that makes her feel insecure. So
you're
insecure.
not connected both things. You're not connected that he's cheating on her with the...
No, not the widow. I'm
saying...
so that's what I'm saying. Basically, I feel like he's done something to make her feel insecure, which is why it's a case where she might even know that it's literally his brother's wife. But because you've done something that makes me feel insecure, I have to question everything that you do now. I think her insecurity comes from that. She's insecure about their marriage.
I'm going to ask Stephen if I can start getting Susie some stuff while
he's alive and well.
So it could be consistent when...
When what?
Please.
What if you die before Stephen?
Yeah, I deserve to do that.
You deserve to be punched out. I don't usually speak deaf with people, but you are just ridiculous. Stephen ought to slap Susie's name out of your mouth.
I just find it weird for me going to give Susie loose some stuff, innit?
Her man is there. Why would you be doing that?
No, I said not. No.
Really? I think that's sad.
Because Emmanuel was saying that even whilst his brothers are kicking, he's gonna get their wives' stuff.
You can't do that.
Thank you. And would I say that?
No.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. I thought both you and Marks were saying Valentine's Day is the day for just spreading love, kindness.
What kind of love are you spreading? The last love you ever spread.
Emmanuel, didn't you yesterday say it was okay to be giving gifts whilst he's still knocking around?
I never said that.
Oh my goodness.
Never said this. Why would anyone just, I don't understand.
And that's why I was saying yesterday then it devalues the actual day. Remember?
No.
Never mind. I'm just chatting rubbish. I'm absolutely making it up. Never mind. Anyway, so I've said good mornings.
Yeah.
Let's kick on.
All right, please.
No.
Oh, we've got comments on Spotify,
Yeah,
haven't we?
from Spotify.
First one is reading you for filth. Sounds about right. So Brent is Nathan Brown says Brent is moving strange. Of course, there's no issue looking after your brother's widow. At the end of the day, if they were married, she's family.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on you? Put the camera yourself. Like they're switching cameras.
No, I don't find it proper to be given presents.
But he's dead, and she's she's missing her life partner.
But wouldn't it remind her more if I?
Trust me, there's nothing you can do to ever remind someone more of the person they've lost. She'll always remember that. Yeah. So would you visit her on the anniversary? Would you message her on that day of his death? Oh, Brent.
I didn't say anything.
You're taking too long to say something.
So, wait a minute. I can visit her, right? There's visiting her. There's giving her flowers wrapped in money. To be honest, if it is that she's down, as in financially...
You didn't answer my question.
If she's down financially, and if it is that Stephen asked me to look after his wife, I'll look after his wife.
So you have to be asked to do that before you do that?
Because I feel it's improper.
But he's dead.
Yeah.
Not Stephen, this is just a random man. This is the scenario.
Yeah.
Would you check in on the kids? Would you go to the parents' evening? Would you do stuff like that?
They might like nieces and nephews, isn't it?
Yeah, but she's your sister-in-law. Even though he's dead, she's still your sister-in-law. She was married to your brother. And the reason why you have your nieces and nephews is because of her.
This is interesting. I think you're making me feel now. I'm no longer Pinocchio. I'm a real boy. Wait. Okay. So I've just deeped it, right? From that vantage point. Mm-hmm. If they have children, I'm visiting there all the time, right? Because I'm collecting them and taking them out and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. They obviously want to be with me because I'm the favorite uncle and whatnot.
Of course.
Yeah. So when I'm coming, I shouldn't come empty-handed. actually come and give her stuff. On Valentine's Day, it's different. I'm not saying that I wouldn't basically be kind and stuff outside of that, but on Valentine's Day,
what is the significance of Valentine's Day?
For me, it's to spend with my love.
So you see when women have women that are single, when they all go out together on Valentine's Day, do you think they're like in relationships or they love each other romantically?
I think that you can answer that question. I don't know why you all do it.
No, you should answer that question because of how you see Valentine's. So you think that is a day for undercover lesbians to hide behind Valentine's Day?
I say it is something that you'll do to basically feel love and give love to each other, knowing that there's nobody at home to give you love to you all.
And so is the widow's story. So you're just going to come there, take her kids out every time and just leave her lonely every single time, not checking on her, not see how she's doing. On
Valentine's Day, why am I going to collect kids?
So Christmas, Christmas, are you going to give the kids presents? Because technically the dad should be the one giving the presents.
I just told you, I can understand around that time, the year and whatnot.
No, but Christmas is different though. Christmas is family day.
A special day.
So it's Christmas. That's family day. So would you not give her...
I can give gifts during Christmas.
Would you give her a gift?
Yeah. Especially if it is I'm going to give gifts. I don't know if it is I'm being very stupid. I probably am being very stupid for people listening.
That's not, I would say it's stupid.
Christmas
I just think
and the Valentine's Day, I don't see them as the same type of gift-giving day.
Yeah, but to be fair, there's stuff like this though, it's not something that you can teach. And I don't mean that in a rude way.
I don't mind if it is you do. I've
Nah,
already been told by both of these people in here that...
That's right. I would say if I meant it rude. But no, I think because this kind of thing requires a different level of thoughtfulness. And I actually feel like a lot of people that are probably saying that they would do the same wouldn't really, because a lot of people, when they lose people, they always talk about no one really checks in on them, and it's all like, oh my gosh, how are you doing? How are you? So sorry, head tilt when it's happened. But as time goes on, a lot of people who lose people that no one really pays attention to it anymore, people just expect to kind of get on with it. But this is a different level of thoughtfulness. That's why I said, for me, I would love my partner to be like that, because this is the kind of thing that I would do. That comes natural to me to do.
I hear you, and cool. This is beautiful.
So I don't think it's stupid.
I'm even thinking about this, Manuel. When I get married, if I get married, would you send if I'm not here anymore, God forbid, would you send my wife?
I want to say God forbid.
Valentine's Day presents? No. I'm asking you now, as you are now, as I am now. Would you be doing that?
I probably wouldn't know.
And this is why I'm formulating my thoughts, because the people who I have in my circle, I can't see Stephen sending my wife Valentine's Day stuff.
Yeah.
I can't do that. So my whole prism of thought here is based around that. My experiences. Do you understand?
But that's why I said...
you saying what you're saying.
Yeah.
But my world isn't built like that.
Yeah, but that's why I said I don't think it's a stupid thing or it's a weird thing, because something like that requires an extra level of thoughtfulness. And the average human doesn't have that. Like, you can't teach that level of thoughtfulness.
To be honest, I wouldn't mark Emmanuel as lacking in thought if he doesn't give my wife a Valentine's Day present.
What did I say?
You said it requires an extra level of thoughtfulness.
So what's extra is? Extra is in addition to.
Yes.
So I'm not saying you're not thoughtful. I'm saying you're not this level of thoughtfulness. It's a different level of thoughtfulness. So I'm not saying that if you don't do that, it means you lack thoughtfulness. Why are you quiet?
What? I said okay.
No, you didn't say okay. You're looking weird as if I'm getting what you said wrong.
No. I understand what you're saying.
Christy is in the next comment. Rigo says, big up Christy for speaking the truth about hair. Love the honest conversations about our community. Keep going, team. Sorry. All right, let's get into headlines.
All right, people. So our first headline. Israel is dismayed by Prince William's call for an end to the fighting in Gaza. Yesterday, we spoke about Prince William speaking out and giving his opinion about what's going on in the Middle East. But in an extraordinary and symbolically significant statement, the heir to the throne, Prince William, said that the terrible human cost of the Israel-Hamas conflict has been has seen too many killed. The prince's carefully chosen words are the strongest yet by a senior royal in response to Israel's devastating military action in Gaza following the sickening terror attacks of October the 7th. Israeli chiefs are understood to have been caught off by the prince's intervention, and the Telegraph reports that they consider his public statement to be naive. The newspaper claims that they are dismayed but do not want to risk clashing with Britain's future king. Israel's government spokesperson, Eilon Levy, issued a more diplomatic response to the prince's intervention, saying Israelis, of course, want to see an end to the fighting as soon as possible, and that will be possible once the 134 hostages are released, and once the Hamas terror army threatening to repeat the 7th of October atrocities is dismantled. We appreciate the Prince of Wales' call for Hamas to free the hostages. We also recall with gratitude his statement from 11th October condemning Hamas's terror attacks and reaffirming Israel's right of self-defense against them. Next headline, and this was something that was kind of crazy yesterday. The House of Commons descended into chaos as the government and the SNP condemned Speaker Sir Lindsay Hoyle for his handling of the Gaza ceasefire debate. SNP MPs and some Conservatives walked out of the chamber in an apparent protest at the state of affairs as the debate reached its conclusion. Commons leader Penny Mordaunt claimed that Sir Lindsay had hijacked the debate and undermined the confidence of the House in its long-standing rules by selecting Labour's bid to amend the SNP motion calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and Israel. It had been expected that Sir Lindsay would select just the government's amendment seeking an immediate humanitarian pause to the Israel-Hamas conflict, which could pave the way for a more permanent stop in fighting. But instead, he decided that the Commons would first vote on Labour's calls for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire before moving on to further votes on the SNP's original motion, and then the government's proposals if either of the first two were to fail to garner enough support. Conservative MP William Ragg, who called for Sir Lindsay to resign, later tried to make the House of Commons sit in private. And our last headline, this is some ongoing back and forth between Kemi Badenoch and that guy that we spoke about in People's Journal regarding the whole post office situation. But yeah, Kemi Badenoch is embroiled in another political row after Canada refuted her claim that she was engaging with them on trade talks. The country's High Commissioner to the UK, Ralph Goodale, has told MPs that no discussions of any kind are happening. The intervention risks inflaming tensions after Ms. Badenoch paused negotiations with Canada on a new free trade agreement last month amid a standoff over beef and cheese. Despite pausing the trade negotiations with Canada, Ms. Badenoch went on to tell MPs a few days later that talks were ongoing ahead of a looming March deadline that would trigger a hike in tariffs for UK car makers. But this has been disputed by Canada in a letter to the Commons Business Committee dated the 16th of February. Mr. Goodale wrote that he is disappointed with the unilateral pause in these negotiations. He also added, as far as I'm aware, since the UK announced its pause on January 25th, there have been neither negotiations nor technical discussions with respect to any of the outstanding issues, including British access to Canada's tariff rate quotas for cheese. And Liam Byrne, who's the chair of the Business Committee, is now demanding that Miss Kemi Badenoch correct the record. So yeah, pardon me in the beginning, it's not about the post office thing, it's about situation with Canada, obviously. But yeah, that's it for the headlines.
All right, let's get into what you're saying.
All right, people. So today's topic of the day, right? So this has been an ongoing thing. Apparently, this first talks about this started in July of last year, right? Mm-hmm. And this is something that's going on right now over the last 2-3 days or so. And the background is basically about a Black History course that was taking place in the University of Chichester, right? And it's basically going to stop. And the professor, Hakim Adi, who's basically a legend when it comes to African history, when it comes to speaking about and just basically in terms of Black history, right? Yeah. In this country, he's one of the foremost professors, and basically he's been made redundant, right? And it looks like this course is basically just gonna come to an end pretty much. And so obviously the people on the course have their gripes as well about the situation. And there's a lot more detail that I'll go into. But I just wanted to ask you, basically, when you hear something like this, we'll start off here on the surface, right? When you hear something like this, do you feel like this is just a sign of things to come, where a university that has one of the most like prominent Black history professors, right, basically sacked, and it looks like the course is gonna, with time, fizzle out? Do you feel like this is a sign of things to come? Like, have we appreciated something like this? Do we know enough about it? How can we make this type of thing a permanent stay? You know what I'm saying?
Sign of what to come, though?
Of like courses that may, I guess, prioritize Black history and things to do with us, just basically being removed.
It's probably to do with the enrollment in the school. They probably don't get enough interest in it.
So if that is the case, do you feel like that's good enough grounds, or do you feel like there's just certain things that maybe because it's important it should just be available?
I think it's good enough grounds. If they're thinking about economically, is it sustainable, then it's not. Otherwise, it's just getting paid essentially to do nothing. If there's no students that enroll to the class, from a business standpoint, it makes sense for them to do that.
Okay. Well, let me read the article so I can give a bit more information on it. So basically, a group of students are taking legal action right now against the university. It's the University of Chichester, alleging discrimination and a breach of contract after it suspended a Black history degree for new applicants. So the 14 students were all studying on the Masters by Research, History of Africa and the African Diaspora course, or conducting research for a PhD at the university, when it made the decision to halt the program for newcomers in July of last year because of the costs of running the course, right? So the university has also made the course leader, the professor, Hakeem Addy, who is the first African-British historian to become a professor of history in the UK, and who was also shortlisted for the Wolfson History Prize in 2023. So they made him redundant now, And the students have gone through the university's internal complaints procedure without resolution for their claim that the departure of their professor has now left them without any adequate supervision, right, to complete their studies. So this is one of the arguments they're basically putting forward. So they've employed some solicitors called Hydeia solicitors to pursue the civil claim, alleging that the university is in breach of contract and that the firm issued a letter, before action on their behalf February 15th, right? So that's the main thing, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a GoFundMe crowd thingy. So if people are interested, but we'll put up the link and whatnot.
Did it ready?
Thank you. So yeah, but just to kind of mention what you said before, Esther. So a spokesperson for the university said that the claims made on behalf of the students were inaccurate and misleading. So she said, these are her words: for clarity, this particular program referred to has not been terminated for existing students, but is only suspended to new applicants pending a review. PhD students study individual programs of research and should not be conflated with this Masters of Research program. The university is committed to ensuring that all existing students are able to complete their studies successfully and that alternative teaching and supervisory arrangements are in place for these students. So that's their comeback, basically. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's a money thing. If the current students can finish it, they're not allowing future students to be able to do it because it will be a money thing. It's just not sustainable for them.
Okay, it's funny you mentioned the money thing because I've actually got some figures. So this is, again, according to the spokesperson.
Yeah.
They said since the program launched in 2017, the university has invested over £700,000 into the delivery of this program, but has only received £150,000 of tuition fees during the same time period.
Yeah, there you have it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a loss.
So this is over $500,000 in a loss, basically.
Yeah.
That being said, then, do you feel like it's kind of unfair or kind of unreasonable for the students to kind of pursue some legal damages or feel like, you know what I mean, like the university are out of order for doing this?
No, because it's important to them. So they within their rights to question and ask them that we don't know what reasons they gave them. We don't know if they showed them the statistics. We don't know if they showed them the figures or whatever it is. But they're within their rights to ask. There might be other subjects as well in the university that also have low people in them, but then they're not getting cut.
Yep.
True. So why do you think that this is the one that should get cut? So yeah, I don't think they're wrong for that. I think they're within their rights to question it.
I guess that's where the whole discrimination thing will come into, innit? But I guess they would need proof of that, though, innit? They would need proof that other courses are still running, and you know what I mean, and they're not getting axed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I did want to ask though, yeah. Again, this particular course, and I want to read Professor Addy's words here. Yeah, he said, a unique course is being shut down. A master's level course in Britain, in Europe, in the world that focuses on the history of Africa and the African diaspora. It's a course that was set up to train historians, especially those of African and Caribbean heritage, which is being lost, and there's nothing to replace it. It's worth saying that not only for future students who won't have the opportunity, but if I'm made redundant, my current PhD and master students will have no one to supervise them, as no one else in the university has that expertise. Right? Yeah. He also mentioned basically, well, I mentioned it already, basically the purpose of this. My question is, yeah, this was set up obviously to help us have more people in this position, because obviously there's only a few black professors who specialize in this particular area. If, for example, there's not enough of us going into these courses, is this something that we want?
If there's not enough people doing the courses, should the courses keep going?
Basically.
Yeah, because there's still people there.
No, but is it like remember that they said the future applicants, they're stopping that, but the current ones, they're not they're allowing them to continue and complete it. Yeah. Right? But the future ones, they are kind of stopping it.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying is, if you're operating at $500,000 loss, and yes, like the intentions of the course was to train more black historians and things of that nature, if us, the black people, are not even going into these courses, is it the university's fault, or is it our fault? Do you get what I'm saying? Because sometimes we campaign for certain things, and surely we have to be the foot soldiers and actually take advantage of it, right?
I don't think it's necessarily anybody's fault.
Okay.
Because with uni, the way they do modules and stuff like that, sometimes you can be studying this degree, but then you can pick up a module from here or there and whatever it is. So there might be someone who wanted to do engineering and black history, but they're unable to, they had to pick one. So they went down the engineering route and maybe had added like a course on black history or something like that. I don't think just because people aren't flocking in by the masses, it means then that there isn't a right to have it. Because people have different interests. And again, with certain subjects, we know historically certain subjects have garnered more interest than any other subjects. Do you get what I mean? Like when I was at uni, it was only 4 of us in my year that was studying sociology and politics as a joint degree. Only 4 of us. Do you get what I mean? So I don't think it's right because everyone all black people aren't coming into university and choosing a degree in black history. That means black people in general don't care about the history, or that it should be eradicated or erased. I don't think that's it. Stacey said, the information is good, but if it doesn't align with someone's reason for pursuing higher education, career benefit, they don't need it. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I was saying. I can't remember. I don't know.
Yeah, because we've heard, obviously, like, I've heard certain people over the years say, at the end of the day, like, it's beneficial for us to have these courses and things of that nature, but is it really going to translate to benefit in your life? You know what I'm saying? In an economic fashion. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you don't just get a degree. Most people anyway don't just get a degree just to say you've got one. You know what I'm saying? Or just to increase your knowledge in a particular field. It's really so that you can take that skill and actually use it in the real world and earn for yourself, right? So yeah. Black Rob, what job does that course set up for exactly what I'm saying?
Dr. Umar.
Yeah, but how many Dr. Umars are?
That's the thing. So, you know what I mean? But I feel like if anything, there should be universities, maybe they have some kind of black history or whatever, where people that want to study that know that, that's the university to go to study black history. But if it's just a normal university who added that onto their thing and they're not getting good returns, I get why they want to take it out, because we're losing $500,000 a year. Yeah. It's not sustainable. So it makes sense.
Morning, Marks.
Morning, guys.
How are you this fine morning?
Pissed.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What's going on? I don't know what we're talking about.
Well, basically, University of Chichester, they have made Hakim Adi, who is the first Briton of African heritage to become Professor of History in the UK. He's one of our foremost, pro-black, black historians in the country. 100%. He's got loads of books out there, right? He started a course in 2017 at this particular university, and it was all about pushing black history and training up people to become teachers, lecturers, historians themselves. So obviously we can kind of get more people in this particular area, right? Chichester University has now said, you know what, you're going to pull it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been since 2017. We've invested, £700,000 into this particular course. And just in tuition fees alone, we've only got 150,000. So based on just those two figures there, over £500,000 loss in that period of time. And they're saying, look, we're not going to cancel the course as such for the people who are actually currently doing the course, but we're not allowing any more new applicants. And we're also going to be making the Professor Hakim Adi redundant.
Oh.
Yeah. So literally it's just 14 people in the course now. Hence the Justice for the Chichester 14. Right, so they've got a GoFundMe equivalent out there for people, if you're interested, help them fight the legal case and things of that nature. Please donate. Well, that's the situation.
For the 14 that's currently on the course?
Yes.
But they're allowed to finish it though?
Yes.
So what are they campaigning for?
So they're basically saying that we need the expertise of Hakim Adi, because at the end of the day, he started the course and he's the one who's teaching us effectively. Yes, it's independent study, master of research and things of that nature, but he's the only one with expertise that can kind of lead us in this particular thing. You know what I'm saying? So how are you getting rid of the mastermind and the person who's meant to be teaching us effectively?
But the application rates what's it called? They're not good.
Yeah. So that's two different things though. So that's new applicants coming to the course, we're shutting that down. But we're also getting rid of Hakim Adi, which they have a problem with as well. And they're alleging discrimination and breach of contract.
So what's the question?
So is this, there's a bunch of different questions, I guess, but one of them is this a sign of things to come, potentially? Are they doing this on fair grounds? At the end of the day, they're spending money to run the course, but we as black people or people who are interested in being black historians are not interested enough because obviously the tuition fees, they're not applying. Is it understandable? Or is there something sinister about this? Where it's like, okay, we know there's not enough of you lot here. Let's give you what you kind of asked for. Prove now, based on the stats, that none of you are interested and shut it down.
I don't know if you don't want my stats. I suppose it's tough. It means they can't win, really, innit? Because they tried, essentially, and if the course was successful and was making lots of money, and well, obviously it's not all about money, but if people was applying and it was they even broke even on what they'd done and all that, the course would still be going, innit?
Yeah.
So they provided a service for what people, I'm guessing, would have been calling for, or did they just try to? I don't know, but they provided a service, innit? And it's not being used. This kind of goes hand in hand. The sad thing is obviously closing the course ain't. Closing the courses is what it is, innit? Because if enough people ain't applying, if there's not enough tuition fees for it to make sense, that was always going to happen. I think it's getting rid of my man. That's the biggest pill to swallow, innit?
Yeah, I feel like maybe they should have just let him see out the year.
Couldn't they reshuffle something and give him a new position somewhere or something?
I don't know. I feel like he could get fired. I just mean that he could have seen out the year. Because if his course is not going to be there anymore, I don't think he wants to teach maths. Do you get what I mean? So they could have let him finish with the students that he started with. You only finishes in 3 months, May.
He wasn't working there before the course existed, was he?
See, that's something I'm not too sure about. He might have been. Though. I feel like he was.
Because if he was working there before the course existed, then they should be able to do another reshuffle, innit? You reshuffle the thing, you just reshuffle again and put me in a different position, innit? If he wasn't there before the course existed, if the course goes, he kind of on the chopping block with, innit?
Yeah, but then they should has he been fired effective immediately, or is he gonna finish with these students?
He should be able to finish the students out, surely. If the students can stay.
But I'm not too sure if the students all finished this year though. You know what I'm saying? You know how obviously certain courses could be years.
Oh no, he's just gonna be with the third years then. Finish with the third years and then. But that's silly though. I do get the breach of contract part because I didn't sign up to do open university or open course. So yeah, no wait, I don't know.
Yeah, that's basically the situation.
But who's fault? Who's at fault here?
I don't know. This is what we're discussing, and this is basically what I'm trying to say.
People for not signing up?
It might be because at the end of the day, but at the same time, I see a couple people in chat saying, "I never even knew this course existed." You know what I'm saying? So that's
and
also
again, whose fault's that?
Well, it could be the university for not.
Is it because they're not promoting it?
Could be, yeah.
But it also means you wasn't looking for it though, because everybody, the 14 on the course
knew about it.
I think people just have it. I don't actually think anyone's at fault. I don't think the people are at fault for not wanting. I don't think people are at fault for not wanting to study Black history. If I don't want to, I don't want to. I don't think the uni's at fault because unis they give you what's that thing called? They basically give you that booklet thing when it lets you know all the courses they do.
Prospectus.
That's it. If I look through it and I see Black history and I see whatever it is I want to do and I pick sociology, the uni have advertised it. I don't think they need to have like special banners and special bus ads to make people come and study Black history. I think there's just not enough interest for it, and so it is what it is. I don't think anyone's at fault.
Just to answer the question earlier, he was at the university prior to this course.
He was.
Yeah, so he's been there since 2012.
Yeah, so making him redundant stinks then.
So he was lecturing in African history from 2012 at this same university.
Yeah, that's what they're getting rid of though.
Huh?
Is that what they're getting rid of?
No, he was lecturing, doing his own thing. Then he's basically initiated this particular course separately 5 years later.
That's why I got
He
fired.
initiated it.
Yeah, it's
That's
his.
why I got fired. He's got some money.
It's his child.
Oh, it's his idea?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because obviously he's recognizing there's not enough of us to teach this. You know what I'm saying? I can't be the only bloody professor here.
Heavy is the head. That's leadership.
So what's this course called at the moment?
Let me give you the actual name.
I'm trying to think of what was he doing as an African studies lecturer?
He was just lecturing history, right? African history, things of that nature, right?
As part of the history syllabus?
Yes. So he's just a normal professor. If that's something that you're studying, he will be one of your lecturers. Then
he went on a crusade.
Yeah.
Then he said, okay, well, let's do a whole ass degree on this.
And he got support.
For historians to teach teachers, basically. So basically, this is not just for regular students.
Oh.
Wait,
one second, what?
Yeah, this is
it's like a pyramid scheme. So he's putting other people on to go forth and teach Black history.
So it's a Ponzi scheme a bit. It's like it's like DJ Envy.
No.
What that guy's name? Cyrus? What was it?
Was it Cyrus?
No, it's not. It's that's really gonna bug me.
Caesar.
Oh, okay, so he's putting other people on. So he just go back to. So then, I get why they fired him.
It's all
because
his fault.
you brought shame on our household, but then they should put him back to teaching African studies, and then the people that are currently enrolled can, I don't know, go to his classes or something.
Now, if this is his baby,
yeah,
and he's the one that was campaigning for it, yeah, he's pushed it over the line. They've supported him. He's essentially cost them £500,000. You can't be mad if you get sacked. That's life. He went out on it in a minute. Like, that's life, isn't it?
But he can start a private tutoring thing though.
I think he does other things. Like because I've watched a few of his lectures in the past. So he gets called up to different places to give talks, to teach. I think he's actually got something at SOAS as well, where he's doing like a whole thing on Pan-Africanism, actual history of it. He's got a book with a similar title, I believe. Yeah. So he does those things here and there. But yeah, man. That's basically the situation. I want to read out two arguments so that we can get the perspective of those who are fully involved in the course, right? So there's two equivalents of GoFundMe on crowdjustice.com, yeah? And one of them, this is called Justice for the Chichester 14, and this is basically what they're saying here. I just want to read it out. Who are we? We are African, Caribbean, Masters of Research and PhD students studying the history of Africa and the African diaspora. We are the largest cohort of Black students specializing in this underrepresented subject matter in the UK. right? Here's a little summary of the situation, just to go over it. Following the unfair dismissal of our award-winning professor Hakim Adi and the unjust suspension of our master's course in the history of Africa and African diaspora, we have been left without specialist supervision and in a state of uncertainty since last year, July, like I mentioned. The impact of these actions has been and continues to be traumatic and distressing to all of us. We have exhausted all official channels seeking a solution that respects our educational aspirations. Then obviously they got a calls to action. Instead of pursuing our passion, we're fighting a legal battle to hold the university to account. Despite following official procedures and presenting our case tirelessly, the university has refused to reconsider its unjust course of action. Your donation, no matter how big or small, will empower us in this particular fight. So this is what their situation is. Quickly, just to also read out what they're trying to achieve. So they're taking legal action against the university again, alleging discrimination and breach of contract after terminating the groundbreaking program. So again, this is first of its kind. We were either studying for the Masters by Research, History of African Diaspora program, or they were doing a PhD. So two things that these 14 were doing. The program is unique in Europe and attracts students from all over the world, as well as many from the UK. It was led by Professor Hakim Adi, things of that nature, mention that, right? For the purposes of Equality Act 2010, the students and the program led by Professor Adi share a protected characteristic of race, right? In line with Section 9 of Equality Act 2010. Our causes of action are discrimination, direct and indirect discrimination. This is basically the rationale for a course suspension. Breach of public sector equality duty, treatment of the cohort during the course suspension process, discrimination in the provision of services and education, and also breach of contract. And that's basically why they're doing what they're doing. They're asking for between £2,500 and £5,000. So it's not that much that they're asking for, pretty much.
Sorry,
but yeah,
between 2,500.
Yeah, 2.5K and 5,000.
Oh, I thought you meant they're asking people to donate that.
No. That's how much they're thinking. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just to get to court.
Yeah, that's just basically just to fight this situation. Basically, there's
Do they
another.
think they're gonna win?
Huh? I think they're gonna win.
No, I said, do they think they're gonna win?
You never know. You never know. You never know. The other one that's out there as well. This was done by BEO, the Black Equity Organization, and they're basically they pretty much almost got everything that their target is. So they were hoping for £5,000. They're at 4,610 already. And BEO is an independent national black civil rights organization which is created to dismantle systemic racism in Britain. Also to drive generational change and to deliver better lived experiences for black people. So they've jumped on this as well and they're pushing it as well. So yeah, this is basically what the situation is, man. And I don't know, man. I guess we've kind of covered it, to be fair. But you guys, it seems, are pretty much saying at the end of the day, universities' hands are tied, innit? Because it is a business at the end of the day. Supply and demand. People need to want this for us to keep it going. Otherwise, we could use those resources for something else. Or are you expecting us to somewhat be a charity?
That's interesting. I wonder how much that course is. Like, are they paying the same $9,250 as everybody else?
The masters, PhDs is more, right?
No, it's less. It's like,
less?
isn't it $3,000 or something like that?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, because obviously I don't know the backstory. I ain't got all the information. It's literally just what I've heard from when I walked in. And obviously I can see the kicking on it, and I'm still trying to work out in my mind where the injustice is.
Yeah.
Because you've explained to me that they tried something and it's not working, innit? So if there's a failing course and then they decided to get rid of it, then that's what it, like, they tried, innit? And it's not working. The response ain't there from the same people that are moaning about it. The support ain't there for the course. So it's kind of,
yeah.
Question, Mags. In this modern day and age, in the world and time of social media, how would you, if they hired you to come in as a consultant, how would you get a whole set of people interested in this course? Because that's what it boils down to, right? Not enough people are signing up to basically take the course. How would you get this modern age interested in this?
I'd probably use a social media campaign to market and advertise the course.
Okay,
Tik-
advertising the course, cool.
TikTok, Reels.
this
go
is
down
it,
to
right?
some kind of influencers.
In my head, right? If this guy is who he is, right? We've seen Dr. Umar and how, fancy he is, right? And everybody is now, anywhere he goes, all right, cool, I'm going over there. So if he now says, I'm going to be holding a course over here, he's still going to be utilizing those same techniques, those strategies in order to drum up awareness. And you will get young people going into university wanting to say, I want to be in that course because I've seen him on such and such talking about such and such. So this could have happened. The university could have put aside some money to say, all right, in my head, not a lot of people are going to basically come to this because they don't know about this. They don't know about how wavy this particular lecture is. Cool. The same professor, he should done the same thing. He should have daughters or sons.
I was going to ask you when you said that, should that be on the university or should that be on the professor? Because it's his love child.
If it's his baby, he should say, all right, cool, I want a little budget to basically make some videos to put on TikTok, right? And maybe I can get like somebody to film some of the takes I do in the thing to let go viral, right? Especially during this time of Black Lives Matter that happened. Of course, he could have basically been more upfront.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
It's hyper visible.
So maybe it's on him. Maybe it's not on the university. Maybe it's on him.
Potentially. I mean, it's on somebody, but what I can hear is that they tried and the demand, so that means people was clearly making out that there was a demand for this. There was noise being made somewhere. He's pushed it. He's championed it. And now it's there. He's not been able to deliver on it. I don't know what his social media presence is like. I don't know. Obviously, Dr. Umar's got that market locked. You get what I'm trying to say? But like, he could have.
He's not like that though. Like he's got less than 6,000 followers on Twitter.
But that's only because he isn't moving on Twitter like he should.
Yeah,
he isn't moving on social media like he should.
He could have tried something. They should have tried something.
He's an old school like.
But that's. All right.
That's why
how many old school people do you know, Emmanuel? For example, what's his name? The one that you worship from that Muslim place.
The minister.
Yeah. He's old school.
You said that Muslim place.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's marketable, he's brandable, right?
100%. But he's a different type of
I
man.
know, charisma and this, that, and the next, yes? Yeah. So if you have a consultant coming in and saying, all right, cool, I know that your technique isn't as charismatic as this guy or Dr. Umar or such and such, but we can manufacture little videos, right? Where we see what's happening on the timeline and then we may drum something up and then put it out, put some hashtags there, maybe pay Marks to retweet it. Oh my goodness, I just saw this. This is powerful, whatever. And get the stuff moving.
Get some
He
traction.
doesn't need to be as charismatic as Dr. Umar. Do you understand? And for people who actually are going to university, they'll be like, this looks like something I'd be interested in. Plus, he seems very credited. Like he knows what he's talking about. Let me sign up.
So is the fault with the people?
No, I don't think so. I don't think
for not signing up.
No, because some of them don't even know it's running. Some of them don't even know that this would benefit their life, even though it may not have anything to do with their career. You know, some people just choose courses just because.
Yeah.
Yeah, why couldn't they capitalize on those people? I'm just saying, I don't know if it's a thing to blame the university on this one, because even if it is, they try to tick a box to, pander to him or to the quote-unquote woke mob, they still did it. And he didn't take advantage of that particular position. And you're losing them money now. And it's all about money.
Yeah, hey, yo.
It's all about money. You have to make it make sense to them.
Let me read something that Jabari Osaze says. Yeah, Jabari Osaze, he's quite known in the conscious community. Been active for years now. Big him up every time. And basically, he's actually one of the students on this course. And he says Chichester University should have focused its efforts on recruiting more students like me. But instead, it seems they undervalued the program. They have treated their students and the world-renowned expert historian who ran the program extremely poorly. They are now offering academic support to the massive research students' guidance by scholars who are not trained in the history of Africa and the African diaspora. It has been painful to be disregarded in this manner. If they were going to close down this course, right, stop people coming in, do you feel like they could at least let him finish the entire course, though? At least, like Esther was pretty much saying. Well, you're saying for 1 year, isn't it?
Yeah, because if you've got people in first year, then this course is going to be running for the next 3 years. And in the next 3 years, they're losing £1.5 million. It's not, I think it's always easy to blame other people. Because how many universities, what universities do is that they advertise themselves. Then you come here and you see what course and whatever applies to you, whatever interest you have, then cool. They don't, it's unfair to ask the university to advertise something, but because it's Black history and he's Black, it's easy to say they're not, it's discrimination and they're not advertising, Why didn't he advertise it? Was he making it clear to everybody that he was doing that course before?
See, I don't see how this ain't like holding up a mirror to everybody else. Even him moaning, he's on the course. What did he do? What did he do
to advertise that he was on the course?
No, but I'm saying even so though, but he clearly cared enough that he found the course.
Yeah,
he was the same advertising that he's moaning about, the same lack of knowledge. He found his way there.
Yeah,
he wanted to. Like,
yeah, but in business. All right, you remember the other day we were talking about Vital Foods, right? And we're talking about their location. Now, there's going to be vegan people who are going to be like, okay, cool, I need to find a vegan spot today. But also, good business idea will tell you, you know what, be in a good location so the random person can find it too. So those who really are interested in the course may search for it, but surely you also open it up to people who are randomly thinking, you know what, just the idea. I didn't even know this was possible. Definitely, I'm interested in that.
Again, I hear you, but
it shouldn't just be Black people signing up to this. It should be white people. Make it make sense to the whites too.
That's how you get Richard Dollars house.
Make it make sense to the whites too. It's just about Black history, right?
Yeah.
No, but we don't even know if it was restricted to Black people though.
I don't think it would have been.
There you go. So it might not. I don't think it's necessarily fair to say the guy who started the course should be promoting it. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't say that to other lecturers of other courses.
But that's the thing, though. But we don't, because in the same way, it's not fair to then be asking the university to promote it, because we don't tell universities to promote other courses. It doesn't work like that. But if you have an interest in a course, you go for the course. If there's not enough, if the course is not garnering enough interest, it gets shut down.
Yeah, I wouldn't rely on the university, man. If it is, I am a professor there and I put something to them, right?
It's
I'm trying to convince them to basically re-up at the end of such and such, right?
Yes, I know. This all flies on me. I have to make this a success. I've already convinced them. I've already convinced them to come and do this. This is my love. I have to make this a success.
Whatever budget give me, I have to work within that in order to basically make sure everybody, all right, cool. I think it makes sense for us. Let's re-up. 100%.
Yeah. They invested in his dream. If anything, he should have done a lot more to make the dream keep going.
There's not enough like-minded individuals for that. The dream that he had, I don't know what market research he done, but it was just. I don't know if the demand for it was there, because they provided it. Once you provide a service for somebody, if people need it, they're gonna use it, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? And that's what like he put it together. He went to them. They supported it. That's what Brendan said. Like, they done it. Yeah. So it's kind of hard to be onto them. Like, they done it, and it's not working now.
They actually kept up their end of the bargain.
Yeah, we done it, and it's not working. So what do we do?
I think it's easy to just be blaming people for things. I don't think anybody. I actually don't think anyone's to blame. I just don't think there was enough interest. Maybe he needs to move to another university where there's more interest for that kind of studies and stuff like that. But I don't think it's fair to blame the university and call them racist for it. And I don't think it's...
People got to look in the mirror,
man. Come on.
Even when you said about Vital Foods, where is the shop? If it was somewhere with more footfall, random people would find it, wherever. But it was doing all right, and everybody that cared enough wanted to find it. They was in the shop. I speak to a man and I said, "Where did you find the shop?" He said, I heard it on No Behaviour. Where you come down from Quayer, South London. He wanted to be there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He wanted to be there. Everybody that wanted to be there, everybody that was in their yard thinking, I need a vegan alternative, was Googling and searching and finding and checking out, innit?
Research, because they had an interest in vegan food.
Yeah, nobody didn't. I don't know who they pretend. Nobody didn't want that course then.
In all honesty, D says we need to understand how many other courses that Chichester Uni has abandoned in the same way. Yeah, there is that too.
And that would be because what? They're not working, or
because they're not working. That's the thing.
I think she's saying maybe we should try to find out if they've binned other courses also.
Yeah, that were failing.
I thought you were saying they have done that. Okay, to see if there's some kind of correlation then.
I reckon they would, because uni is a business. the amount of money people pay to go in there and have minimal contact time, flipping scam, if you ask me. But it's just how it is. But I think when it's got the word black attached to it, it's easy to play the discrimination card. One says the capitalist mindset is a virus. It is, man. Get your jabs in that.
So get your jabs.
Are you saying that we are on the wrong side?
That's why I
Basically,
said, that's why I said get your jabs.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I get your jabs.
Yeah, but then what does he want then?
They want us to be like, hey, that's horrible. It's racist.
I think it's more so like, if you look at life, right? We've spoken on this show and just seen in life how many times organizations, businesses have been asked to open up their doors to allow for better representation, to do certain things, sometimes at the expense of the business. We've always done this, right? No, not really me, but anyway, right? That's
why I'm shocked, right? You're on the side you're on.
No, I'm obviously just presenting the arguments and whatnot.
Is that right?
but the thing is, if that's the case, if in other areas of life, right, we're saying no, businesses should do more, they should do this, because it's good to have that representation. It's good to have more black people in these particular spaces. How can you really know that black people wouldn't thrive in those areas or go to these particular areas if they don't know that these things exist? But yet we're not having the same sort of argument for the university here. You know what I'm saying? Like, Professor Addy is obviously thinking, like, people soon forget about Black history. It's important for us to know about Black history. And once I'm gone, once the few Black historians in the entire country are gone, who's going to pick this up?
I think we as educators or academics, I'm jumping into and living vicariously through one right now. We need to change with the times, bro. If we know that we can basically do more damage, when I say damage, I'm being, what did you say? By trying to convince or trick people into learning. The best way to do that is through a quote-unquote Dr. Umar approach. I am doing that.
Bro.
I can't be too old to basically learn how to switch it up a bit. You don't need to be as quote-unquote monkeyish as Dr. Umar. You don't need to be doing that. You don't be saying loud statements and making up little taglines, even though those taglines could, sell merch and stuff.
And repeating yourself 5 times.
But it works, right? It works, and it has people more interested in Black history.
Marketing.
Yeah. So, what do you normally say? Step your pussy up. Step your funny up.
Step your pussy game up.
Step it up. Step it up. The times have changed.
That's the thing.
You will find a time when it is that not many people even want to flip and go to university.
Yeah.
Because the PR is bad. What's actually happening after you spent so much money, you're in debt for life, and you're not coming out doing anything that you've studied.
You're on TikTok doing dances.
And
Trying to make it.
I'm sorry.
And you do.
Your peers don't even touch down
And
in
you
them places, and they're going clear. So I think it's incumbent on us to stop complaining.
And you know, as well,
crying.
I think it's different as well to the example you gave, Iman, about when we've said that business is business's responsibilities. Yeah. Because as a business, the university has done what businesses do. They've marketed themselves. They cannot market each and every 500 plus or whatever many courses and modules that they have. It doesn't work like that. That as a business, that's not sustainable. They wouldn't make it past 6 months. So what they've done is they've marketed their university and just to say out there, we are a great university. We have this many courses. We have this, that. And then they get people in. And when they get people in, then they can decide what courses they want to do. I don't think on a business level, the course or the university did what they were meant to do. But if as a lecturer, you know that if you don't get enough people on your course, it's going to get cancelled. It's for you then to do things. It's for you to put on events. It's for you to put on open evenings. For you to do all these things to make sure that this is what happens. We see that in secondary school when you have open evenings. Like the teachers, the subject that people don't really pick like that, the sports and the music and the art, the drama, they put in extra effort compared to maths, English, and all the other compulsory subjects, so they can get more people. Because if they don't get more students that sign up for their subjects, for GCSEs and A-levels and whatnot, then chances are they're going to get fired. So at some point, you've got to take responsibility for how
this angle would be interesting though. What Maggie's saying, it's be interesting to know if all other courses are profitable. My subject was niche and undersubscribed, but the uni kept it. So to see in comparison how they're treating the black course would that kind of information would be vital right now.
Can we know what course that is, please, Maggie?
In this conversation. No, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what course it is.
I've got an example though.
Why?
Because, for example, when I did sociology and politics, there's only 4 of us that did it. However, the modules within sociology and politics are ones that other degrees, like you can find them in other degrees.
Okay.
So a lot of because it's sociology, I had a lot of sociology courses that I did. There's a whole sociology that we've got a whole school of sociology that's one of the best in the country, blah blah. So there was that. When it comes to the politics side of things as well, politics is politics. Do you get me? So if it's a degree in African history, do any of the modules that you do within that cross over into any of the degrees where then the number is higher? If the modules that they do in African history is just simply the people that are doing the degree, the money is going to be lower. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I think yeah. If it crosses over into other things, and then that way you're kind of like backed up by other departments' funding as well. But if yours is solely just your department, just you, just your funding, it's a tough day. Proverbs says, if Black history was a larger part of the school curriculum, it would feed through to higher education and uni. Perfect. I was going to say that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's, not that it's too late to start a university stage, but unless you have an interest like that, you're not going to have many people like that want to go for stuff like that. So it has to start lower. Yeah, well, not lower. Yeah, lower, younger. When people are younger than at university, and then making it seem as though Black people don't care about Black business because they're not doing Black history. With all due respect, the school has still not opened. So it's not working regardless of how viral Dr. Umar has gone. Well, that'll do it too.
Question though. I'm not sure if you've been following Dr. Manuel, you too. Have you been following Dr. Umar's plight to open up his school?
Yeah, at some points, yeah.
Do you know?
I don't know if there's anything new though.
Do you know what stage he's at right now?
I thought they completed the building.
Yeah. I think they've pretty much done it, you know.
Yeah.
I think last time I heard is I think they're going to start in the next year or so.
So how come... It's a weird question to ask. How come a lot of people don't believe him?
Because he shouts at people.
Yeah, but it's not a...
Empty barrels make the most noise kind of vibe.
It's not just a quick turnaround though, right?
Yeah.
You understand,
exactly.
Open up a school is not just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I think that's the issue though, because he talks so much, and I don't want to say he berates Black people, but he makes people feel like they're not Black enough. So when you're doing that then, and you're saying that this is what you're going to do, let me see then. Because every time I see you talking and shouting at me through the screen, again, your school is not up and running. So yes, in reality, it does take a while. It does take time. But you make me feel crap as a Black person. You make me feel like I'm not Black enough and I'm not doing enough for the Black fight. And you claim to be doing all this fight, but I'm yet to see any products from the fighting you're doing. So because he's talking so much, plays for him and against him at the same time. It's for him that people know that when they think Black activists, they think Dr. Umar, right? However, it's against him because every time people see you, you're not in your professor gear. So
funny. How do you feel people think about me talking about the New Black all the time?
But that's different though. Dr. Umar hasn't got a little class that is representative of the school. TDA is already running.
But he's got his platform that he goes about basically.
That's different. If you were going on all these podcasts shouting about the new Black, and you had not one TDA episode to show, then you would be Dr. Umar. As in, people will see you telling them that, essentially it will be about the message. If you're telling people that they're not doing enough for self, for example, blah, 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 and they're too busy pandering to the white man and whatnot, they will cuss you 100%. But the thing with Dr. Umar's thing, I think if people saw that, if he was like, we haven't built the school yet, but he does weekend classes and people know about the weekend classes as much as they know that he's trying to build a school, I don't think he would get as much thingy. But what people see right now is that he's always in his car praying for Cardi B and Offset, or he's on Breakfast Club or whatever shows shouting and about people for having mixed race wives.
You know, I feel he's...
Do you mean so?
He's brilliant because he knows that when I do announce this, I need the world looking at what I'm doing.
So it's great marketing.
I also need them doubting me. I also need them hounding me, hating me because, hey, when I'm ready to announce it, the entire world's gonna be watching. He's
gonna shut everybody up when the school starts. He's gonna shut everyone up. But that's the good and bad of marketing, and so he's just got to capitalize on both. You got to capitalize on the people that are rooting for you. You got to capitalize on people that are naysayers, and see what happens.
Do you think more Black people love Dr. Umar than despise him?
No.
You think it's even?
I think his message is lost.
Ooh.
It's only when I listen to certain things that he says that I'm like, okay, this man actually, I have a better word, has sense.
Yeah.
But other times, when I'm seeing him on, I think that the way he markets himself, as much as he goes viral and whatnot, sometimes being viral doesn't actually materialize into something substantial.
You think more black people dislike Dr. Umar than like him?
I think it might not be like a strong dislike, but I think they're irritated by him. When you say Dr. Umar, not many people want to sit down. Not many people pull out a chair to hear what you got to say about Dr. Umar. It's more like, what now?
I think it's a take because I think the Hoteps and those people, like people love just sad, but the moderate blacks, the just above moderate blacks, the below moderate blacks, I think they feel as though, as Esther said, they're not living righteous black enough. Do you understand? So it gets onto them. Don't even look at that white girl. Don't have any mixed race children. Don't even buy things from white people. That kind of, you're living wrong. You're living black wrong. Mm. And yes, the little clips where they're screaming snow bunnies is funny. 100%.
Well, what's your message?
But I think the mirror that you keep talking about, he keeps doing that to them.
Yeah, but that's just the shoe fits, isn't it? Is if you don't engage in snow bunnies, then you're not gonna feel that way. And what percentage of black men or even black women, like, it's smaller than we make out, innit? I don't think that's alienating his whole market.
No, but you know what it is though? I think it's what I said where I think he irritates, he annoys people. Because some people that don't even like him aren't people, are probably black all the way through. But again, it's like what Brent says, that you make people feel like they're less than black every time. So I feel like they're shut out.
I thought he came in a bit aggressive, and I thought over the years the sentiments towards him has changed a bit. And people even find him entertaining, funny. So even if they don't even take his message serious, I feel like they can stomach him way more now than they used to. And I just feel like he's just a figure of that people kind of
but would that materialize into anything,
kind of?
For his school and what he's trying to do, what the work he's trying to do for the black community and everything, is people finding you funny and watching your TikToks and whatever these things are, you and Joe Budden podcast, all these memes.
It's got him his donations.
No, but is that going to materialize into?
It's going to materialize into the school, isn't it?
It took him forever. Yeah, but that's what thing is saying, is that it's taken him.
Yeah, but let's not do that.
No, but even
it's one man on a mission by himself. We're talking about how long it's took him. It could have took him 15, 20. It could have took him 50 years, bro. It's his mission and he's doing it.
That's fair. But the thing is, he wouldn't have garnered the support he's got. Yes, it's good support, but he could have also got more support. Is what I'm saying. Just because you got some support doesn't mean that that's the max support you could have ever reached. He could have got more support had he been less obnoxious and less irritating and less annoying and less judgmental of people's blacks. Like, as much as it's entertaining for all these things, a lot of people don't know. I only know that he talks sense because he went on platforms that I like. He went on Breakfast Club. I like Breakfast Club. I watch Breakfast Club. So I thought, oh, okay, it's Dr. Umar. Honestly, I didn't watch the episode as soon as it came out. I thought, I'm not, whatever he's got to say, I don't care. Then I thought, you know what, let me actually watch it because, again, of the people that he was with that I like. And then when I did, I thought, oh, so this is what he talks about. And it's like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. Do you get what I mean? So I feel like he could have, yes, he's got good support. That obviously he gets donations and stuff like that. But I also think that this public support is capped because of how it is that he presents himself or how he shouts at people all the time.
Do you think it's also... I definitely get what you're saying, but do you feel it's also because of what he's trying to do, though? Because at the end of the day, he's trying to do something that is separate from the West. He wants black people to do for self. And black people ain't really ready for that message.
I don't think so. When people say people are not ready for the message, I think that's such a weak argument.
Why do you say that? When we've seen people, for example, like he's mentioned many times before, you get NBA people, millionaires who want to contribute, and maybe kind of give him promises that, yeah, we're going to do this, that, and the third. And then maybe they drop out later down the line, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or maybe they're prepared to help, but they don't want to be seen in the public helping because of how it looks on them and things of that nature.
Yeah. But those aren't the only black people that exist. And I think the problem is that people like to go for the people that are public, and those are the people that you think, because you see their wealth publicly, you think those are the only people that that have the materials to help you achieve what you want to achieve. And I think that's actually part of the problem of this whole thing of black people aren't ready for this. There's so many successful black people who are just not visible. The issue with stuff is when you try to go for the visible people and then you try to, it's like the whole Usher thing. You're trying to hold people to account. Like, you think because they're visible, they should care about the things that you care, or you hold them to the standards of your interests and whatever else, but they have interests beyond you, beyond what is that you're telling them. I think actual support would actually come from people who are not visible, who are not the NBA players, who are not the NFL players. Like, I feel like that's where his support can really come from. But when you look into these people and you're making them and you know, they don't support in the way that they promised you they would, probably just to make you feel like, okay, yeah, I will support. But I think if black people want to move further ahead and whatnot, stop looking to people that are public to be the leaders of, or to help you spark the change that you want to spark. Go to people who are like-minded like you are, and there's a lot of black people like that.
I don't think he's trying to do that, because remember, he's always made his mission known to the average person on social media. I'm just mentioning that in secret places, when he's having these conversations with people who have the funds there, right? Have the funds, obviously, right?
This is another thing.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course. Because at the end of the day, just because you're a millionaire doesn't mean that you've got disposable income to help me in my project. But still, like, he's just mentioning that as a separate thing, that, you know what, there are people that wanted to help and maybe backed out, said they're going to help and backed out, don't want to be seen to help and backed out. There are people, for example, who have secret meetings with Minister Farrakhan that don't want to be seen by their employees, their employees and stuff, because they're scared of how... like, of being cancelled, or how it's going to look.
Yeah, but that's
in the public. No, I'm just mentioning that as a separate thing. And you have to also remember that the fact is, he's got the school. He's basically completed it now. I think, like I was saying to Brent, the last thing I heard was that they're going to be starting the first year, either this year or next year, whatever. And he's done that with mainly public support, because every single time he was telling people, the cash up, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? He's done it. So people, it's been a success, and this is millions of dollars. So it's going to take time.
Yeah, but then that goes against the idea that black people are not ready for change, or are not ready to do for self, because the people that have helped him are the ones that are like-minded like him. And I think the reason why I say stuff like that is a weak argument is because it's like me sitting here, because there's nobody that I personally know that does work with, for example, young black boys. Obviously, I know people, but let's just say before I met Kay, before I met Sace, before I met all these people, I'm like, oh, no one's really doing things for young black boys. I don't know anyone's doing things for young black boys. I haven't done my research to find anybody that is doing things for young black boys. And I think it's unfair to say then that it's an unfair thing to say, because there are people that are doing the work that you're discrediting. So when people say, oh, black people aren't ready for change, those are the people that you've spoken to and who feel like they have so much on the line that they're not willing to lose that yet, or not at all. That doesn't speak for the black people in general, because again, the fundings, those are black people that believe in his dream. But then when you go around saying, oh, black people aren't ready for change, what that does is that disses them. They've actually, whatever money they've got, they might not be millionaires, they might not be LeBron James or whatever, but out of what they've got, they've contributed that, because I believe in that dream and I'm here to support it. And I think when we say stuff like, oh, black people aren't ready for that, what it does is I feel like it discredits, but also it's insulting to the people who are and who are doing. But just because they're not in your face, or you haven't met them yet, you haven't come across them yet, or you've received so many notes on black people that you do know, doesn't mean that those black people don't exist.
100%.
So, yeah.
Do you feel like in this situation though, like we are expecting, so let's just say we found out that the university has kept on certain courses that have operated at a loss. Like, do you feel like we should kind of expect them to say, okay, yeah, I've made a loss here, so I can afford to make a second loss with this black course here? Or even if it's like, cool, we've made a loss over here, but we're fine with this loss because we we decided to create this course. And
it's a totally different conversation if you present that information to me. Just with the history of the world, honestly, because then we know what's going on in it. Because why is ours worth any less than yours? So that's a totally different conversation, and I would need to see that. I would need to see that for me to start proposing them arguments, because then forget everything else. Fuck everything I said. You get what I'm trying to say? Why is ours worth any less than yours? That's what I need to know now. Go on.
Because it's that whole, does every single minority need representation?
If you've set precedent.
No, that's the question that it basically lead into.
Yeah.
You understand? And then you open up the door to, right. Then if you've let that one in, how about 25 others?
Okay.
And let's do a course on critical race theory too. Let's really rock the boat.
Let's really fuck things up. Yeah, nah, I hear that, but say at the same time, it's like if you have got examples, like, because again, someone said in the chat earlier, this ain't a discrimination issue, it's an economics issue. You know what I'm trying to say? So I need other examples of the economics not working out in these quote unquote white courses, yeah, and you've been able to turn the other cheek, subsidize it through this and whatever. And then, but when it's black courses, when it's black people, you don't care enough. Also, one of our top leaders in the thing, you want to make the man redundant. You want to, it's like we're being persecuted. If you've got examples of it not working in other spaces, and that's because you've set precedent for it, so I can see it. So that's the bottom line, isn't it? Regardless of if you pull on the string, what's going to come from it. That's a different argument that someone that wanted to maybe be an enemy of our progress could use. You get what I mean? But that's not what that's not what we're going with here for. You've set precedent. I've got examples of this failing, and you supporting it continuously for years. But then now when there's black people, black issues and black problems, it's not good enough for you. That doesn't fly with me, regardless of anything that's going on.
Yeah, my brother Stephen has this thing where he is tired of us just like complaining and woe is me, right? And he's more on a let's just do it for ourselves. You understand? And it's interesting, Emmanuel. This fella that you're saying that he is he's long in the game. This is professor.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting because obviously he's out of a job right now, right?
Yeah.
So he's looking for work. Yeah, he's looking for purpose.
Yep.
Yes, continued purpose, and he wants as much amplification for the knowledge that he has in his brain as possible whilst he's still walking this earth. Again, all I'm hearing from this discussion is once infrastructure is there, isn't it incumbent on us now to approach this guy and say, hey, you've been hustling backwards for the longest while. If you really want the masses to know about this, that, and next, come through in this particular media 100%. Space and actually amplify it. Do you understand? So I could entertain having this conversation just for this conversation because an article popped up and we're discussing it. But I'm more interested in how do we fix this so that we are not complaining, we're not screaming, or y'all need to basically make more space for us. If you're not seeing evidence that they even care past giving you a go, and as you guys are suggesting, they might be subsidizing other courses.
Yep.
They're allowed to do whatever they want to do. Right? At what point do we start saying, let's start doing what it is that we want to do? If it is that we care about what it is we're saying, they should be caring about.
100%.
Yes, sir?
Funny enough, yeah, Brent, that you say that. You remember the list that we were talking about? Probably.
He was on it?
He was on the list.
All right.
He was on the list.
What's the list?
This means something different to me, so y'all might want to clarify that.
What did you say?
I said the
This
list.
I need context. You see how
I said-
you know how I feel now.
I've been knowing how you feel, you just don't want to hear it.
All right. Go.
I said the list means something's different to me.
She wants context. Go, Emmanuel.
Oh, sorry.
Say.
Basically, like when we were thinking of ideas.
Wow. Put the back away from you. Move the mic.
I was saying, wait, you
was not on the
had
list.
me
He
here
was not on the list.
15 minutes over this, man.
No, not at all. Not at all.
See how the PR around that? This is what the Black history needs. That type of PR, but positive.
It was just more so a list of the ideas that we've got for like the shows for TMB.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So TDO obviously was on the list and a bunch of other things and like a lecture series. He was one of the first names on there.
That's sick.
So.
But it's even on us to basically make him more entertaining. Yeah, exactly. There's no
yeah,
way
we're gonna do that.
I'm not trying to tune in
into the void
to a lecture.
You got to spruce that baby up, baby.
Imagine in
Do some animation or
1996.
something.
Shut up. Yeah, he's gonna have to get with the times, child.
Can I ask one question?
Y'all might have to fight him.
See, Maggie just said I hope the professor will be on TDA soon. I'm actually going to reach out to him.
Yeah, let's see if he cares about.
He does, man.
What
He's a serious guy. No, he's a serious guy.
True test.
I definitely want to reach out to him just so that at least he can give his perspective on this. Because obviously, at the end of the day, the information that we're talking about is from articles written by, you know what I mean? So it'll be good to hear it from him. You know what I'm saying, the architect of this particular course. But last thing I wanted to ask you guys, if, for example, we did our digging here and there and found out there was some, 5 other courses that were operating at a loss, but they got funded by white-owned organizations, would you guys feel differently?
So you have to run that back one more time.
Cool. So if, for example, we did our digging here and there and we found out that there were like, I don't know, 5 other courses that were operating at a loss, just like this one, yeah? But they were being funded to supplement that gap by white-owned organizations. Would you guys feel different?
So like white-owned organizations are
funding those other loss.
those black...
No, those other courses that were operating at a loss. So let's just say it was something they cared about. Let's just say it was the course you were talking about, sociology and Yeah. But they were operating by, I don't know, Unilever was saying, you know what, here's $500,000 every year. Make sure the course keeps going. You know what I'm saying?
Need this.
You know what I'm saying? Sainsbury's is like, keep doing this, just keep our name off the books. Whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But they were operating at a loss based on the university's money, but they were getting money from...
They're getting funding.
Yeah. Would you guys feel different?
No, what do you mean?
Because he's essentially saying...
What are the options of how I should feel?
The black footballers should do more. The people who have the money, the rappers and whatnot, we ain't doing enough to basically keep these things running.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, because if we're going to find out that people are funding off the books, that would be because it's a leak. It's not public information that that should you... If it's public information that if you're willing to fund this, we can keep it going, black people will stand up. We've seen black people rally behind stuff when it needs to be done. Like, I feel like we need to be more respecting black people. It's not fair. And honestly, if I was a black person that rallies behind stuff and I keep hearing people talk about, you don't do anything, I would stop doing it.
No, but the thing is that you're right, but at the same time, people have that idea because we see things in real life. When we say stuff like, let's stay on code, we see what happens. When it's like, come, let's boycott these people over there who've got this particular shop. Right? We see people can't
but I think that
live without their products.
No, but those things are unfair though. They're unfair because again, all these rallying and let's all boycott this and let's all boycott that is not you. It's not you saying let's boycott this and then looking after your brother and sister who is most affected by those stuff. If you don't really shop from, if you have the funds to shop black owned, let's just use hair for example, to shop from black owned hair shops and blah 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 and whatever it is, and it's easy for you to do that. Chances are you're already doing that because you can afford it. If, for example, it's somebody else that is not, like, sometimes, basically the point I'm trying to make is that these boycotts do not take into account people's socioeconomic situations. Do not take into account the people that actually rely on these things and blah, blah, blah. It's never a case of, okay, let's all boycott this. And then do you know what that means now? I'm going to start taking care of my brother and my sister who is most affected by this. People don't do that. You just want people to boycott things. And then you're fine on your merry way because life is great for you, but you don't take a second to look back at the person who's most affected or who relied on this thing that we're all saying let's boycott. I don't think it's fair. Even like when people were talking about like boycotting what's it called, McDonald's and stuff like that. That's all well and great for people that can afford Nando's. That's all well and great for people that can do that and do all that kind of stuff. But when you got people, parents in households where they can't afford that much stuff for them and getting the kid a Happy Meal is what they can afford, how many of you are contributing to a pot for them to go elsewhere? So I don't think that's a good. I don't know. Those things that I don't really work for me, man.
I hear what you're saying, but I think everything's economics, right? So even though you for example may need the I don't know, the cheap cornflakes in this particular establishment, sometimes you ask yourself, is it worth like my pride and stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like the cost.
You think poor people have pride?
No, but the thing is.
Yes.
There's rich people that don't have pride.
Yeah, rich people don't have shame.
So you think poor people have shame? They ain't got no shame. Not all of them, by the way. Not all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, that's the thing. So the point I'm trying to make with the whole shame thing is that if all I can afford is cornflakes for my kids, right, for breakfast, and you are talking about let's boycott this is all I can afford. You think right now the plight of whatever reason why we're boycotting this is bigger than me seeing my starving kids in the morning? People have to choose what's important for them and what's not.
Commitment to the cause, man.
Nah, man. Not me. Told you I'm saying Usher. It's a mess, man. I don't know, man. I think sometimes we ask too much of people without actually giving consideration for the reality that they're living and how it actually will affect their lives.
I fully get you, but again, this is exactly what Finan said in the thing that like, he says, I agree, but the point of a boycott is that it's not always convenient. And the reality is, in order to get anything, like when it comes to civil rights and race, relations or whatever, it's going to require sacrifice.
I hear that.
Nobody wants to sacrifice.
No, but that's what I'm saying though.
Nobody wants to sacrifice anything.
I hear that, but again, people have to understand that there is a privilege in being able to sacrifice. there is a privilege that in being able to sacrifice. There's a reason why. Do you think that people, say for example, TDA, do you think that people don't have dreams and they would not like to commit to this? Do you think they don't desire like this, they don't desire that, they don't desire whatever else? There is a privilege that comes into being able to sacrifice. If you are a parent and all you can afford is this thing, and people are telling you now because you're black and for the blackness of your blackness, you need to sacrifice this. I'm already sacrificing because I'm poor.
Yeah, I know.
There
is a privilege that
there's a privilege that comes with it. You can't deny that,
of course. But then there's also other things that you tie into it. And if you get into religion and stuff, that's supposed to prepare us for this like perseverance. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's not a privilege that comes with perseverance. It's sacrifice. It's going through tough times. So the idea of the sacrifice is not necessarily being privileged enough to do it. It's having the strength to do it, even when you can't.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. What's it called? My thing here is that grace needs to be given to people who don't sacrifice the way that you've dictated they should be sacrificing. Because you don't take into account people's full-on entire circumstances. It's easy to look at somebody else because this sacrifice might not be the worst sacrifice you've ever had to do. Because that's the thing, everyone has limits. Everyone has things that, this might be an easy sacrifice for you. But when you're faced with something else, then you really, really know the test of that. But what I'm saying is I don't think it's fair to look at other people and because you're able to sacrifice, to feel that they're lesser than you because they can't sacrifice the way you've dictated they should be able to. Got a comment. George says there needs to be a conversation about how our activism has become so monetized and fun-focused. It leaves out the community aspect. The lack used to be catered for.
The lack used to be catered for.
What?
The lack.
So lack is something used to be catered for, but the community, not just for the community. I think it meant for the community, not just boycott. That's the thing, because you tell someone to boycott something and you don't turn around to see how it is that they're getting on. Okay, let's all boycott and let's all not go to work to fight for this.
Nobody's not picking up the difference,
bro. Exactly. So you're saying you want people to go and protest. This is okay. We've got a single parent with 3 kids. Who is watching her kids while she's out there going to protest? This is the thing that needs to be what's it called? But then you can look at it and be like, oh well, sacrifices are uncomfortable. It's easy to say someone's not sacrificing enough because you're doing that. But I don't think everyone's circumstances are different, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying sacrificing does not like standing up for something doesn't involve sacrifice. I'm not saying sacrifices are meant to be easy. Yeah. I'm not saying it should be a walk in the park. But what I'm saying is that before we look at somebody and judge them. Everyone's circumstances is different.
I agree with you. I don't think it's a case of judging, but I think it's more so just highlighting to people what's the alternative. I think that's the key thing here. Yes, this is hard. This requires sacrifice. Yes, I understand your circumstance. Understand, though, this is the alternative. And that's all that's being done here. Understand this is your today, and this will continue to be your tomorrow unless you do this. Very tough, but this is your reality forever. And I think once you're in that situation, you ask yourself certain questions. And I think that's what I guess more of us need to do if we want different tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And I think in a situation where we're talking about if those other courses were being subsidized by other white organizations and stuff, we have to ask ourselves, like, remember where we are. This is the UK. And we're always complaining about certain things. Yes, it's going to be tough and this, that, and the third, but understand this will be our reality if we're relying on the university to fund our course at a loss. They're not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? They're just not going to do it. Like, you would not allow somebody to say to you, well, you gave this person this sweet yesterday, you must give this person a sweet tomorrow. Why? It's my money. You know what I'm saying? So I think we have to remember where we are. You know what I'm saying? But again, yeah. Yeah, I think we can wrap it up there, man.
All the best, everybody. All right, let's get to the next headlines.
All right, people. So, our next headline, big trigger warning on this one, guys, man. Big trigger warning. Teachers in England face being banned if they fail to report evidence of children being subjected to sexual abuse under plans for new legislation announced by the Home Secretary, James Cleverly. The new law would make it a legal requirement for healthcare professionals, for teachers and others who work with children and young people to identify and pass on cases of possible sexual abuse. It would also impose prison sentences of up to 7 years on anyone who actively covers up evidence of child sexual abuse and give police the power to block sex offenders from changing their names as well. Cleverly was speaking about this. He said that having listened to the voices of victims and survivors and reviewed the voice of the independent inquiry into child sexual abuse, we are working at pace to get a mandatory reporting duty for child sexual abuse onto the statute book. He also said that we will continue to use all levers at our disposal to tackle this horrific crime and keep women and children safe. This next headline as well, this is a big trigger warning, even bigger than the last one, guys. And a former Met police officer who was allowed to join the force after previously being accused of child rape has been convicted of carrying out multiple sex attacks. Cliff Mitchell, who's 24, was convicted of 10 counts of rape, 3 counts of rape of a child under 13, 1 count of kidnap and breach of a non-molestation order following a trial at Croydon Crown Court. Mitchell was first accused of child rape in 2017, but the investigation resulted in no further action, and he was later able to join the Met Police, beginning his training in August of 2021. But he was arrested again in September last year after kidnapping and raping a woman, at knife point in her home. His trial heard about how, after the attack, he blindfolded the woman, tied her hands with cable ties, and forced her into his car. Yvette Cooper, who's Labour's Shadow Home Secretary, said, "This is a truly shocking, horrendous case. What's even more appalling is that some of the offences were committed while Mitchell was a serving police officer, someone who was charged with keeping people safe. We need urgent national reform from the government. We cannot keep having the same conversations again and again about failures in the vetting and flagging systems while women are badly let down." And the last headline, there was a suspected World War II explosive device found in someone's garden, man. Hundreds of people have been forced out of their homes in Plymouth after a suspected unexploded World War II bomb was found in a back garden. A 200-metre cordon was put in place, and a major incident declared after the device was found at a property in St. Michael Avenue in Keyham. Devon and Cornwall police said on Tuesday evening that the cordon was likely to be in place for about 36 hours. Residents have been offered shelter at North Prospect Library and in local community centres. They have been advised to stay with friends or family nearby until the device has been dealt with. The Royal Navy Explosive Ordnance disposal team is on the scene, and the public has been asked to avoid the area where possible. And that's it for the headlines, guys. Time to pay the bills.
All right, let's get into Word on Road. All right, so it's a lot to go through. So there's an AIDS activist, Hydeia Broadbent. So she started actually speaking about it and like raising awareness for HIV and AIDS from when she was young, like literally a child. Sadly, she's passed away. She's only 39 years old. She sadly passed away. I believe the first time she appeared on TV and stuff was when she was 6, speaking about AIDS and stuff, yeah. And talking about how, I guess what she wanted was for people to know at that age, she was saying, that she wanted people to know that they were normal people and that, just like they're normal people and how they're treated and all that kind of stuff. And I remember she had an interview as well with Oprah. I think she was 11 at that time. And Oprah kind of asked her what the saddest thing is for her about having the disease. And she said that, or the virus, sorry. She was saying that it was seeing her friends die and stuff like that. And at 11, that's so sad, so traumatic. But she's very much loved and, you know, supported and everything before she passed away. And there's been lovely tributes paid to her. One of them said, "With great sadness, I must inform you all that our beloved friend, mentor and daughter, Hydeia, passed away today after living with AIDS since birth. Despite facing numerous challenges throughout her life, Hydeia, I hope I'm saying that right, remained determined to spread hope and positivity through education around HIV/AIDS. And someone else also said, "I'm sad to announce that she's passed away today. Over the years, our paths crossed so much we became friends. Rest, my sister. Your legacy will live forever." R.I.P. to her, man. That's absolutely horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Tiffany Haddish has never been in charges. I don't know why she's like this. But anyways, right. She basically had an Instagram live in which she told her viewers that she is going to Israel to see what's really happening over there. She actually said, so she posted the live on her Instagram, and the caption says, she's sipping a drink. She says, "On my way to Israel to learn and see with my own eyes." That's what she said. She did have a conversation with TMZ, and basically.
Well, that is the whole purpose of her trip as well, yeah?
That is a trip. She said, basically, what she's saying was that, I mean, so when she did the live on Tuesday, she basically said I'm going to meet my future man out there.
In Israel?
It's mad though, because Israel's official Twitter account actually reposted it. Reposted her shenanigans. But anyway, she said she's going to the Holy Land. Then she said that she's going on there to understand. She spoke to TMZ and told them that she's going to understand what is happening on the ground in the country. She says, I can't believe everything that I read. I need to go see for myself. I want to talk to the actual people that's there, the people that actually experienced the situation that happened on the 7th, the people that actually have family members that are hostages that were taken out of their own homes, that were on their way to work driving from Palestine to Israel, working here on a daily basis, and how they were taken as well. I wanted to talk to the people. I wanted to be with the people. I wanted to see with my own eyes, hear with my own ears.
Is she going to go to Gaza as well?
Well, I don't think they've got an airport anymore, so that will be her excuse, that she's unable to go there because, and even that is just like, knowing that you can't you can't get both accounts. Don't you think that tells you enough?
Cat Williams was right anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Isn't her father Jewish?
Who, Tiffany?
She's thinking Eritrean.
Is she biracial?
Yeah, Falasha Jew.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, well, fair enough then. She said, so since getting there, she actually did go. She said she's learned a lot. She said, I've learned a lot. I've learned that people were taken out of their homes. I've learned that people were taken away from the actual event that was happening. There were a lot of people killed, but a lot of people were kidnapped from that event. I didn't know that before. I've learned that there were 100 people that have been freed from being hostages in Gaza, but there are still 100 plus people that are over there. Yeah. Basically, right. Oh, she's planning to go to Gaza as well. Basically, I just want to know how much it is that they... Obviously, since the whole allegations of... there's a whole interview with TMZ. I'm over her now. I'm over it. But I just want to know how much it is that they gave her to do all of this.
Wow.
What did you say? Yeah, I want to know how much it is that they gave her to do all of this stuff that she's sister's doing. But anyways, that's happening. But in better news, Suits has got a spinoff. And I'm really looking forward to it. I love Suits. Basically, I started watching Suits years ago, right? Before, obviously, Meghan Markle, before all of that stuff, right? So when she got engaged to Harry, I was very upset because I was like, Rachel, that means she's going to leave the show. Cool. But then I realised I never actually finished it. Obviously, I had exams and whatnot at the time, but I just thought, why did I never finish it? But then I realised because she left. And not only did she leave, but Mike left as well. That's her husband in the show. But he did, yeah, so whatever. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to finish it this time. I haven't finished it this time. I have stopped again in the same spot I stopped last time. I'm going to see if I can push through, but I'm on to another series. But anyways, so they're talking about Suits having a spin-off, and it's going to be called Suits LA. And essentially, so they're going to start filming actually March this year. Well, next month. And yeah, so apparently the series is going to revolve around Ted Black, who is a former federal prosecutor from New York, navigating the high-stakes legal landscape of LA while facing personal and professional challenges. But there's no word yet on whether other people are going to come back. But Patrick J. Adams, who played Mike Ross, did say that it would be really cool if Meghan came back, and that'll be really, really good. What's it called? Reunion. I would like her to come back. I hope she does come back. But she's not part of the royal family anymore, so she can. I'm sure she can.
Can that really run? Can that really run? Sorry, we can't hear you. That's so interesting. You've just decided to just remove the mic and then start talking. Can that run?
That was for Leicester.
Can that run, Margs? Can it really run?
No.
Can it really run? Imagine her lips in that mic again.
Because she's acting. She's an actress.
No,
you one of them childish people?
My goodness.
Aww.
Can you imagine?
It don't even look right seeing her on TV now and old stuff she's done. I can't remember what I was watching. I was watching something. It would have been this week or last week, and she popped up in the scene. And I was like, oh shit, look. She can't do that. She can't double back.
A general question off the back of your sentiment, Esther.
She can't double back.
Is there anybody who can't double back after accepting a new position that the world now sees as this is your identity now.
I don't think there's no other position that she couldn't have doubled back from. I think she could have done anything. Like she could have been president of America and went back and started acting again. I don't think there's no other thing that she could have moved to.
No, I'm more so thinking about like you're now the wife
of.
Let's just say let's say Charles. You've not married Charles, because obviously y'all don't rate this prince fella, right? Let's say she's now the queen, quote unquote. Can she now go back to acting?
No.
Why?
Again, anything to do with this role. She's not even the queen. She's just Harry's gal.
I know, but that's why certain people would say yes.
She can.
She can.
Nah, you can't come to the royal family and then double black like that. That don't make no sense. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think this is the only position that I'm taking this stance on.
Too esteemed, right?
Yeah, this is the only position I'm taking this stance on. She could have went and done anything else in the world. Yeah. And I think there's an avenue for her back into acting.
Yeah.
This hair.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Because you guys rate the monarchy that much.
No. It's not even me. Born Babylon. I don't care about the monarchy like that.
So why is the hill? What hill are we trying to die on?
Yeah, look, this is what she wanted to do. It's not me. I never told her to go and join that. This is what she done.
She married a man.
Well, what man?
Harry. She married somebody, so because she's married now, she can't go back to acting.
Bear in mind, I'm not saying just acting. I'm saying that the kind of stuff that Mike and they were doing.
She can't go back into the circular world at all.
It's a bit more than acting.
Why is it a bit more than acting?
Because there's kissy involved.
Acting.
Listen.
Do you think they're actually having sex?
Listen carefully. Can you picture Beyonce going and doing a scene in, was that Sense8? What's that Netflix series where they have all this debauchery?
Sense8. That's one of them.
Can you see her doing that?
Yes, Beyonce's an actress, and when she wasn't obsessed. When did she and Idris Elba have sex actually in that one?
I could see Beyonce doing the if Halle Berry could do Monsters Ball, Beyonce could do it.
Who's Halle Berry married to?
Oh,
Billy Bob.
So basically, you guys are saying that. So because you also made a point. Wait,
no, but this I'm not.
Because you also made a point.
Questions.
Okay.
We're looking at levels here. You said no for the monarchy.
Yeah.
No, but you also said that
all of the internet.
So you don't. So you think that someone gets married, so if they go back to pursue their career, it is disrespectful to the partner.
Please understand the specificity.
Yeah, because you change. Wait. You changed Meghan's position from her being what she currently is to you put her to another man, Charles, because you said clearly we don't rate Harry. So why don't we rate Harry? Because we're saying that his wife should go back to doing what she was doing.
Because you'll probably see Harry as somebody who's interested in this type of.
No, you're projecting. That's how you see Harry.
Of course I am. I'm not saying.
Yeah, but of course you are. Doesn't make it right. Doesn't mean
I didn't say it was right.
No, but it doesn't mean it should just flow so easily.
But I want pushback. That's why I'm asking the questions. I want you to challenge what I'm saying.
Okay.
Do you understand? Because I want to be convinced. Do you understand? So in my head, with Jay-Z and Beyonce, in my head, I don't think that the world would just be like, oh, she's acting if she goes and does Sense8.
I hear you.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But if she wants to be acting, she wants to respect her craft. And we want to respect her craft, and she puts down a good performance. Then
she's acting, right? I just don't think that Meghan, could do that after all of the rigmarole in mainstream media. She can't appear on Sense8, can she?
No.
Why are you saying no for that one? She's acting though.
Huh?
She's just acting.
I'm saying she couldn't appear on EastEnders. I'm saying that it's above her.
You're consistent. You're saying that she can't do it anyway. Because
I'm saying she can't.
Been in royal.
Yeah, I'm saying she can't do nothing.
Yeah.
She couldn't do nothing. I don't want to say on Loose Women. Like she's done.
She can't do no interviews.
She's done at it. I don't want to see her do nothing. That's my stance. You get me? Once you go over there, it's over. It don't look right. You've decided. That's what you decided to be. That's what you decided to fraternize with. You're one of them now.
Yeah, I just find it interesting how there's just a blanket over this whole. It's just acting thing. It's really interesting.
Yeah, but if it wasn't just acting, we wouldn't have seen some of our masterpieces, some box offices.
100%.
And it is just acting. It's an art form, isn't it?
It is just an art form.
Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody has to do it.
So if your wife was a top actor, she couldn't do a love scene.
Sense8?
Love scene, any love scene. Sense8 then, yeah.
I mentioned Sense8 for a reason. And I will feel uncomfortable having people tell me, "Hey, you're being unreasonable." She's just acting.
They didn't really do it, you know. She's not. It's not porn, you know.
To be honest, I wouldn't.
You know,
if I
there was no
if I was an
penetration.
actor-
You know, there was no sex in the making of those scenes.
Let's just say, 100%, right?
Yeah.
100%.
So what are you worried
That's not
about?
Lost on me.
It sounds like it sounds like it's lost on you.
No, but when I asked the question about Beyonce, that wasn't lost on me either.
Okay.
And you'll be comfortable with that, right?
Yeah.
And she should also be comfortable if it is that you are also in that sensate thingamajig.
Yeah, I mean, especially if I'm an actor.
Yeah, man. Anyway, sorry, Esther, you can continue.
That's all right. Anyway, Reesa Teesa, the TikTok girl I spoke about on Monday, I believe. She's going to Europe, man. I'm so happy for her, man. She's got a paid trip to London, paid trip to Paris. She just needs to get her big house and her BMW next. And
Who?
it's a lady on TikTok. Okay. Yeah, she went viral. Now she's enjoying the fruits of her labour, which is wonderful.
Big up her.
Big up her. Northwest has made history. I don't like that song, you know. The talking song.
I don't know.
With Northwest. You know she's on Kanye's album and stuff. So basically, she's on Kanye's album. She's on a song called Talking. You definitely would have heard it. People just keep.
I haven't heard none of Kanye's album. Not
No, that one. People keep using it on socials.
You know, it's me. I haven't heard it.
That's actually very fair. That makes a lot of sense. But basically, she's made her debut into, I think, the chart 100 or something like that. The Hot 100. And she's one of the youngest artists to ever chart. And she's only 10. Big up her, man. Love that for her. And then
Brent, what
lastly,
are you doing?
yeah, can you let me finish what I'm doing before you start doing all of this stuff you're doing, please?
Sorry.
Thank you. And lastly,
Olivia used to annoy me though. Her relationship with Fitz is one of the most annoying things
I love
on
them.
TV. What?
I think that both their partners are the strongest people in society.
No,
They're both actually married.
That was a horrible relationship. They both should have died for that.
Who died?
Hmm?
Who ended up dying? Oh,
No one. Ooh. What I'm
Jake
saying
did.
is they should have. I'm not a fan of that relationship.
yeah, I like them, man. I love what they call. I love Olivia and Fitz. They're so beautiful together.
What?
I'm waiting till that's finished.
No, you're already here. You started this, so carry on.
I beg you, just look at this. I beg you. And this is why I'm
I
asking questions.
have the sense I have.
I'm not asking. No. It's for these boys here.
Okay,
I
so
already know you
they can look at
understand.
it.
Huh?
They can look at it.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you meant actually look at it. 'Cause I was thinking,
No.
I'm where I'm at.
I'm asking you to change your mind. So look at this, right? Man, just picture your wife here. This.
This is wife an actor, bro.
Wait,
Like,
look at
what
this.
are we doing here? Like, what the fuck?
Wait!
I can't believe she just let Fitz slam her out any which way he wants.
They are definition of work husband and work wife.
And
Perfectly so.
Yeah, this is mild. This is mild stuff.
that says more about you. You know?
Go. Here we go.
You'd be having a
we
problem
go.
with your wife.
Here we go.
being an actor.
Wait. Now I get there's no penetration, innit?
There's not.
There's everything else.
So there's everything else. What is everything else? What, lips and anything?
Now,
Brent, come on, man.
now extrapolate this, right?
If your wife was an actor,
Let me ask the question. Extrapolate this, and then back to my question about Beyonce
Meghan
and Meghan.
Okay, go on then.
Do you think that Beyonce, would put herself in that position, being the wife of Jay-Z? And do you think that she would expect Jay-Z to put
understand.
himself in that position if he's the husband of Beyonce?
If it was for like Steven Spielberg or something.
Yeah? Yeah? I just feel as though once it is that you're in that world, I think you should get with somebody in that world.
Well, actor, you're saying?
Yeah. I think you should, because they understand. The same way you guys keep screaming actor. They understand that.
Yeah, no, I'll get that. But if you
forget about us hearing about stories about these actors and actresses finding love on the scene, on the flipping set.
So your wife's an actor. Yeah, you know she acts, whatever. You know she's got a role. You haven't delved into too much what the role's going on. You don't go to the premiere. You're sitting in the cinema, and during the cinema, you saw scenes that was close to what we just saw just there. Are you sitting down? Are you mad or embarrassed in the cinema or something?
To be honest, I would see myself as a failure because I would have. She wasn't able to communicate to me that's the scenes that were running. Do you understand? I mean, give me some time to basically come to terms with it.
Okay.
That's just me and my insecurities.
Yeah. I didn't hear that. Okay.
So the thing is that I wouldn't. The same would be for me if I was an actor. I would consider my partner's feelings and her insecurities.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Certain stuff.
Oh. Yeah, and the Wright brothers yesterday announced that they've got a new play. Big up the Wright brothers.
Jeez, big them up.
So obviously we talked about the I Think I Might Cheat on My Girlfriend play. So they said, we are excited to announce our brand new romantic comedy, Table for One, which will be showing at Greenwich Theatre from July the 4th to the 6th of July. So 4th to the 6th of July, 2024, this year. The tickets are on sale, so check them out. And obviously, as always, they said, this is due to be another sold-out performance, so don't miss out, which is word. That'd be really, really sick, man. Big up the Wright brothers.
Dope.
That's really, really sick. And yeah, so it's written by Shakes and K. Is it K? No, it's not. It's not. But yeah, anyway, big up them. Big up the Wright brothers. I think that's absolutely amazing. Black excellence all round. And that is it from me. Let's get into People's Journal.
Before you start, somebody sent something in. All right, so
What we got here?
this is an Afrobeat artist, Omale, and he's called a girl up on stage. The girl left her man.
Okay.
Go up. Man's gonna be pictured in the video.
Wait, is that the girl? Is that his girl doing all
That's
that?
his girl.
So where's the man?
There he is. It's at the bottom of the screen.
Which one is he? Shaking his cat in his
Yes,
cap?
the one I was shaking his hand.
Why did she do that to him for?
And here he is.
Well, where's this girl?
She's not there.
What do you mean?
Maybe she's still backstage. isn't she?
He took his gal.
Choked him.
Oh, is that her there?
Nope. Thoughts after Valentine's Day?
That is horrid. I want to know where his gal. I want to know where his gal ended up.
But question though, if he was her favorite artist and he called up on stage, just like Chris Brown or Usher, you know, calls people on stage and serenades them, would you allow her that, seeing that it's her favorite artist? He's an artist, man. It means nothing. I know they're not actors, but you know. No? That's embarrassing for you?
Yeah.
So, wrong behavior?
Yes, wrong behavior, man.
Manuel?
Yeah, the same, man. I'm disgusted, mate, to be fair. I think she's a maniac with no consideration. She's out of her bloody mind. What?
Suppose it was soca that was playing.
It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter who it is. No one ain't calling you at no stage. I didn't come to a concert with you and then someone calls you and then I'm sitting here by myself like some idiot and you're on the stage prancing around and gallivanting. You're not doing. Why are you doing that for? I couldn't care less who it is, because if you do that, then you left alone for real. Because you're not coming back to me.
No chance.
So I don't give a shit what's going on.
Alright, fair enough.
Why am I just sitting there for like an idiot while you're on stage doing foolishness? Like you get me? Picture poison. So that's it. Be done with you. You'll be done at it. Should be done at it.
But yeah.
People's Journal.
Yep.
Did you press it?
Yeah, I think I did.
Is it? I don't think you did.
Yeah, I did. And I said before you start.
Yes. People's Journal. Okay, welcome to People's Journal, guys. I give you the news from an economics point of view. You guys obviously know the BT Tower. Remember the BT Tower?
See it.
Yep. Well, it's going to be sold, man. It's going to be sold to MCR Hotels for £275 million. And long story short, it looks like it's going to be a hotel room, like a bunch of hotel rooms in there, man. It's going to be a hotel. Basically, the BT pretty much said that it's become increasingly obsolete. You know what I'm saying? Given the shift to digital services now, so no point in just hanging on to it, even though it is an iconic tower that everyone pretty much associates with BT and stuff. But yeah, they're basically selling it, man. There's not much more to the story, to be fair. So this is a new thing, and they definitely need to get more information on this, and then I'll relate to you guys. But apparently, firms are being told that they need to respect menopause or be sued for disability discrimination. So there's going to be new things basically that's going to be put around that to make sure that employers basically considerate about allowing the women, the female employees. To work from home or lowering the temperature in the office, basically making them comfortable, basically reasonable adjustments. And if they don't do those things that are considered reasonable adjustments, they could find themselves sued for disability discrimination. Like I said, there's more to it. And once more is made available, I'll relate it to the people. Apparently, 7 of the top 10 global food manufacturers made more than 2/3 of their food and profit drink sales in Britain from unhealthy products. This is according to Oxford University doing a study. Apparently, the businesses are responsible for more than 90% of online advertising spending in this country. And they've been doing all of that on chocolates, crisps, biscuits, ice cream, all of that stuff. And most of it, okay, you know what, let me not say most, but many of these things are directly promoted to the children. So guys, you got to put your thinking caps on, man, and recognize what's going on out here, man. This is how they're making their money. And obviously they're getting all the kids wanting these things, and obviously the kids are pressuring their parents, and so you see around, man. So yeah, long story short, the biggest manufacturer spent a total of £55 million on online adverts. Imagine, right? For food and drink products associated with childhood obesity in 2022. So this is just on food and drink products associated with childhood obesity. Almost £41 million was spent on chocolate, £9 million was spent on crisps, £3 million on biscuits, and £2 million on ice cream. These are all on adverts, by the way, in case I wasn't clear. So yeah, man, 70% of the global giants use packaging for unhealthy foods that appears designed to appeal to children directly. And obviously this includes, cartoon characters and products shaped like toys and animals and stuff like that. Also wanted to mention, where is it gone? Davido. He's announced that he's going to be donating a lot of money to orphanages via his charity, man. So they're going to be donating 300 million naira, which is equivalent to, according to this, about £156,000 to orphanages throughout Nigeria. He posted on Twitter, on X, saying, "I and my foundation pledge the sum of 300 million naira to orphanages around Nigeria as my yearly contribution to the nation. Details of disbursement tomorrow." So big him up, man, for helping, man, and using his wealth and his position to benefit people out there, man. I just wanted to also mention that in Somalia, Parliament has approved a major defense agreement with Turkey So basically, there's a 10-year deal, and Turkey pretty much will arm and train forces and deploy its own ships into Somali waters. So analysts are saying that it's a major step in enhancing Somalia's maritime security. The Prime Minister, Hamza Abdi, said that the deal eliminates, well, in his words, fear of terrorism, piracy, illegal fishing, and the dumping of toxic waste. So yeah, man, that's something that, they're looking forward to. Obviously, I need to hear from the Somali community to see if they feel like this is a good thing. If this will be like a real fair agreement where it's kind of like there's boundaries as well and doesn't turn into a Wagner situation with the mercenaries in, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger and stuff like this, where slowly, like we reported yesterday, Wagner are actually taking a lot of the natural resources from these West African countries back to Russia and helping them to fund this war with Ukraine. But that's pretty much it for People's Journal, man.
All right, let's get into Work a Joke.
All right, guys. It's going to be a quick Work a Joke, but same format as usual. Just want you guys to tell me which ones you think are real stories and which one you think is fake. It could be a situation where they're all fake or they're all real, right? Or obviously some. First one I wanted to mention is plant-based diets. Apparently, if you're on a plant-based diet, it cuts your risk of developing sleep apnea by a fifth. You feel like that's true? If you're on a plant-based diet, we already know if you're plant-based, your risk of cancer and all them other bad things in the world go down in it. But sleep apnea is the latest thing that's been added to this.
What are we speaking one at a time, or are we picking which one?
Yeah. That's the first thing I'm presenting to you guys. The next thing is NASA. They're trying to obviously get to Mars and things of that nature, right? They've got a bunch of different objectives out there in space and whatnot, and now they're asking for volunteers to help with the mission. Yep. Okay. So basically they're asking for volunteers for a 1-year paid mission to Mars to help them to develop that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And the last thing is, sometimes, like in the films, like in The Mummy, where they've gone to Egypt, or Kemet, I should say, and they've seen tombs, they've seen stuff like that, right? And they're scared to open them because of certain curses, or they're scared of certain things. Apparently, they found something in China. And people, obviously, this is like the first emperor of China, right? And yes, they've kind of excavated and opened certain things, but there's one particular area that they're scared to open.
Because why? Because it's cursed?
Yeah, it could be because it's cursed.
We'd be trapped.
Exactly.
I could see that.
So yeah, which ones, guys?
Are more than one of them woke?
I can't tell you. You gotta decide.
I can see NASA asking for people to go to Mars.
Okay. Go regular folk.
Yeah.
Volunteers.
Yeah. I know it sounds crazy, but it's gonna. What training do they need really? What training do they really need? Put them in the XG machine and then go.
All right. Okay.
Okay, which one's woke or joke? What's the last one again?
You got the vegan one, sleep apnea. It helps with that. Cut down your risk of getting it.
Why are they saying it helps with it?
Basically, it's just healthy. It stops a bunch of the stuff with your breathing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because all the fat and all the unhealthy stuff.
What is sleep apnea anyway?
I got that.
What is it?
I got it.
How do you know you got it?
Because I don't breathe in my sleep sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll stop breathing, like no breathing, for like 45 seconds.
So wait, when I say these things, yeah, everyone must be laughing and clipping things out.
I've had it.
You stop breathing in your sleep for 45 seconds and you know that you've
I
stopped
woke up,
breathing.
bitch been in bed poking me before, so like, hold on, is it? And then like after like a minute of no breathing, I go,
Yeah.
and then and I do it in my sleep, and it's like a messed up sleeping pattern. I think it messes it up, makes me like snore sometimes, funny things. Yeah, I think I've definitely got sleep apnea. I ain't been diagnosed, but I'm nearly sure I got it. I'm nearly sure I got that.
But that's basically what it is. It's just something that prevents you from breathing properly while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
I know snoring vegans. I don't think that's it. No, I don't think that's it.
I think NASA's woke.
I think NASA's woke.
Okay.
Sounds far-fetched, but... And also I can see them being scared to go in the tomb with the Chinese emperor. That I would too.
Okay.
I think either or both for me are one of those.
Okay. Brent?
All right, so obviously the second one isn't as you have conveyed it to the group.
Okay.
Yeah, because you said that they're looking for volunteers to go to Mars.
What's really happening?
I didn't say that actually.
Interesting.
You kind of did say that. That's
okay. I said to help with their mission to Mars.
okay.
That is 100% happening. But it's not as you think it's happening. So I believe that's woke. I'll tell you why after you decide whatever.
Okay.
The first one, I also believe that is a thing. Only because it's the sleep apnea,
Okay.
eating healthier would help with when I say healthier, I'm talking about going vegan. Would help with sleep apnea. I believe that's also something that they would do a study on and show some results.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure about that last one though.
The Chinese tomb.
I do believe that they would be very cautious opening up anything ancient like that, but I'm not sure if I've seen any articles popping up recently about that. Are you talking about recent or are you just talking about this in general?
No, recent.
Okay, then no. I'll just go for the first two.
Okay, cool. And Essa, you said the first two as well?
I think the sleep apnea one is a joke. Then the NASA one. Was it that one again?
The Chinese tomb. They're scared to open it up.
Well, it should be. I think that's work. Yeah, I'll go for NASA and Chinese one. That works.
I think we need to do a leaderboard, because you guys, some of you do good some weeks, some of you do, better the other weeks. Anyway, everything's woke, man. Every single thing is woke. Sleep apnea, if you got it, being plant-based can help. Doesn't mean that obviously you're not going to get it if you're plant-based. But it just helps.
Probably won't clog up your arteries and stuff.
Yep. So what they're saying is they found that consuming mostly vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and nuts were 19% less likely to have sleep apnea than those who ate the least plant-based healthy food. You know what I'm saying? So the meat eaters and things like that. So that's definitely true. NASA as well, that is true. But like Brent was pretty much saying, they're seeking volunteers to participate in a 1-year Mars surface simulation mission. To help develop the space agency's plans for human exploration of Mars. So yeah, man, they're calling them out, man. So they're going to be there for like a year. It's going to be paid, obviously. And yeah, they're going to be undertaking tasks such as simulated spacewalks, habitat maintenance, robotic operations, exercise, crop growth, all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, guys, if anyone in the TDA community is interested in that, man, what they are saying though is if you got some experience, of course, that would help. So if you got like a master's degree in a STEM field, like engineering, maths, science, and them type of things there, with at least 2 years of professional STEM experience or a minimum of like 1,000 hours piloting an aircraft, all that stuff, that's kind of required. But still, it's out there for everybody.
How about Black History?
And what?
How about Black History?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They wouldn't want that, see? Because they know if you go up there, you recognize that the black people on Mars. We are throughout the universe, man. And you come back and report this information. And you know what I mean? It's dangerous. Anyway, and the last thing, of course, is the situation in China. And archaeologists, they're scared to open up the tomb of China's first emperor. So what some articles are saying, it's not necessarily because of a curse, right? But mainly because they're not too sure about the levels of like mercury and all that type of stuff. Also, some people are kind of scared of, like in Indiana Jones, You got like automatic crossbows and some people are saying
and booby traps.
Exactly. Some people are saying that it could be that sort of thing as well. This is actually according to a Chinese historian, Sima Qian, right? And he basically saying that where is it? That basically the entire area is the size of a football pitch, and it's riddled with booby traps designed to keep intruders away. So it ranges from mechanical flowing rivers of mercury to crossbows designed to fire automatically. So yeah.
This is in January 2023.
Yeah.
I just asked you if it was recent.
Yeah, I said yeah.
This is not recent.
A year, last year is not recent.
No, it's not.
How often do you think they find tombs?
What was the recency of the first two that you just mentioned?
Like NASA's like the other day. This is like both, a couple of days ago, I think.
Yeah. So obviously I have a flipping news feed in it, so I have all these weird and wonderful things popping through in it. So I didn't see that. So that's why I asked you, like how recent was it? Because I saw the Mars stuff, so I started like giggling to myself because you didn't word it correctly today. Like you did it on purpose, obviously. But I didn't see this Chinese stuff.
Yes.
Well, never mind.
Oh, Femi, I just seen in the chat mentioned, does E-Man have the news? Tesco Bank are selling all their loans and credit card customers to Barclays. Yes, spoke about that last week. Was it last week I mentioned that?
Either
was it on Monday?
Early this week or last week.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely spoke about it. Thank you for that, though. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Woke or Joke, guys.
All right, it's our last headlines.
All right, so our last few headlines. Two of these are linked to what's going on in Congo, man. So the Prime Minister of the DR Congo, Jean-Michel Sama Lukonde, has resigned on Tuesday, triggering the dissolution of his government, right? It's what the president said in a statement. Lukonde handed in his resignation to President Felix Tshisekedi 8 days after the validation of his mandate as the national deputy. He plans to join parliament after being elected in the country's December polls as a member of the assembly representing the Kasenga district. It's a legal requirement in the DRC that serving ministers are not members of a parliament, which means one has to choose whether to remain a legislator or quit to remain in government. In a second statement on Tuesday, the presidency said that it had called on Lukonde's government to continue running the country until the formation of a new administration. The next thing is the United Nations Security Council has sanctioned the leaders of 6 armed groups fighting in the Democratic Republic of Congo amid escalating violence in the country's northeastern region. So Robert Wood, who's the United States Deputy Permanent Representative to the UN, he came out and he said that we are pleased that as of today, 6 additional armed group leaders will be designated by the UN DRC Sanctions Committee. The committee imposed an arms embargo, travel ban, and asset freeze on 2 leaders of the Allied Democratic Forces, the ADF, 1 leader from the Twirwaneho armed group, and 1 from the National Coalition of the People for the Sovereignty of Congo rebels. Also added to the UN list were the military spokesperson for the M23 Tutsi-led rebels and a leader for the FDLR, which is the Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda. Kinshasa is now relying on soldiers from the Southern African Development Community, SADC, which was deployed to the northeast of the country last December. The withdrawal of the peacekeeping forces should be completed by the end of the year. And the last headline, the United Nations Security Council, where is it? Kenyan authorities have taken swift action following a significant raid on a house near Nairobi, resulting in the arrest of 4 police officers. So the operation uncovered 37 Ethiopian nationals believed to be victims of human smuggling and trafficking. Reports suggest that the detained Ethiopians were en route to South Africa in pursuit of improved living conditions. This revelation sheds light on the pervasive issue of human trafficking and the desperate measures individuals undertake in search of a better life. Efforts are underway to identify and apprehend all involved parties, including the owner of the house and other members of the smuggling ring. And that's it for the headlines. Time to pay the bills.
Sorry, I just saw something that...
It's all right. Let's get into the reaction.
it's more of a this is why people should gatekeep. I don't know if do you remember when Jada Wader came to London?
Kind of.
Yeah, there was a whole thing, and then there was some PR girl that said she worked hard to get Jada on Kiss Radio and this and that, but then Jada was like cancelling and whatever. And then this white girl, and then she went online and there was like a whole rant wanting Jada to pay her back and all sorts of whatever. She basically went on a rant yesterday. If you cut a long story short, so she's a white girl that does PR and whatever. She manages artists and whatever when they come, blah, blah. This girl has basically said, y'all are niggers. Niggers had ER. And she basically talked about, she didn't verbatim say that.
Okay.
But let me read what she said, because it's actually mad. When people say, yeah, that when you have, sometimes you have white allies and you don't think that, yeah, the cookout's open, everyone can come in. What she said is exactly how she feels, but yet she spent time profiting off black talent. So she said, yeah, your win, so trigger warning, she's threatening suicide, but okay, she's still racist. She said, see you soon, Dad. She said, don't be sad. Actually, let me just get to the point. So she said, y'all be okay in no, hold on, wait, where is it? Yeah, so she said, y'all don't like me anyhow, then one of your own, then she, you know the emoji people use for the niggers? The black ninja. She's put that in there. She said, one of your own niggas can take my spot. She said, that's what it's all about. I'm so sorry. I was born in Kent. I'm white. I'm not from the hood. I run a space in black culture and music, and I show up and do my best when you're not really nice or easy to work with, quite frankly. This is the part I'm just like, this is how people really feel about black people, no matter how good they try to act. She says, y'all hate yourselves and each other more than y'all hate me, but that's not my problem. Y'all kill each other quicker than anyone else kills y'all. Y'all argue over who is more black. Imagine arguing over who's more white or who's more Asian. Sounds silly. She says, I trigger all of y'all because I really am who I say I am. She said, show up as other people to get in the room still in 2024, working backwards because this generation doesn't want to change, but you guys want to complain. She says, don't want to go to work. This is black people she's talking about. Black people don't want to go to work, yet they want to complain. Don't want to go to work. They want to be entitled to black rooms and media and talent just because. She said, do the fucking work. I did. That's why I'm next to your faves and in your cities running shit. Y'all can't come to London or come to LA and do what I've been doing. She said, I don't need y'all. Y'all want to gatekeep something so bad from people who don't even want to move in. We rent a space. So this is white people. White people rent a space because black people are so toxic for them to want to buy in. She says, y'all are some fake woke, fake nice, fake money making, fake shakers, fake gangsters, fake bots, and fake people of God. Religious people, the biggest scammers alive, and y'all pay to go and pray. She says, y'all are mental, and you guys, y'all on meds or not. You're druggies, you're alcoholics, you're broke in spirit and bank account. You're locked up. You're criminals. You're rapists. You're predators. You beat your spouses. You don't feed your kids. This is all she's saying, all because people criticize her being a bad PR.
Right, she might do it.
She might.
She might do it. She should do it.
But it was gonna be mad.
She's probably gonna have to.
Honestly,
With response to that, yeah, she might actually do it. What's her name?
I think it's Sophie or something like that. But her Insta is like SRJ Music Emotion or something like that.
Let me see if I know it.
But that's a screenshot of the thing. It's so mad because the way people
I ain't seen that, I don't think.
The way people just move, and that's the problem. Adam, you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. Respectfully. You are part of the problem. You saying, is she wrong though? Part of the problem. This is what I always say about black people berating themselves publicly. You allow other people access to start saying these things, and then some of you won't fix your teeth to say, are they wrong though? Are they wrong though? There you have it. Because you make people feel so comfortable to talk down on your community the way they can never talk about anyone else's community. Do you know how mad it is to say all the things she said? And the past 10 years or however many years she's been in the industry, she has been profiting of black artists and I'm going to put you on, I'm going to help you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do all that kind of stuff.
You know
mad.
You know what the thing is, though, Esther, yeah? Are we stuck in a situation where we can't do anything about it? The reason why I'm saying that is because if we now gatekeep, what does that gatekeeping look like? Mm-hmm. Right? are we going to allow certain people in? How do we prove that they won't do this type of nonsense?
This is the thing, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or should we just close the door completely and never have to deal with this?
I think, honestly...
But then they say we're racist. We're doing the same thing.
But that's the thing, because I don't feel like you can ever trust people's intentions. Because she's been sitting there like even when the whole Jada Wader thing happened, it was a whole thing. Like, it was a whole thing, and Jada paid her, because it was all free services, and Jada was like, you're doing too much. I'll give you money. Because you're doing too much. And you're acting as though like I needed whatever services you're providing and whatnot. But it's so mad to talk like that, to say those things that you can't just trust it. Every negative stereotype that is about black people, she just threw it there. And then throwing the emoji is you not saying the N-word.
Have you seen this girl?
Do you see
I've
this?
seen it before. Mm-hmm. Oh, is it like in real life?
This person, yeah.
No, I saw when the whole Jada thing
Send it
happened.
to me so I could put it to context. Do you see this as
like a good thing? She
a
showed
good
her ass.
thing that the whites show when it is that they are racist?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it makes us second guess or question the rest of them.
And it's important.
Chilling, right?
It needs to happen.
Do we though?
She's given me a pitch in 2019, wanting me to do some press release for me.
Is it? See? She'd been calling you a Negro too. She might have tagged you in her rant.
But she didn't get the job. Oh, God.
Look at that.
Have you sent me a picture?
I sent you some video. This thing here. Yeah, I couldn't have her on my team anyway.
She's sick.
Because I need my team to be more aesthetic.
And listen, okay. No, dead ass.
Just for the ambiance, like if
no,
it's going to be around me, you know what I'm saying?
Her ugly heart is reflected in her looks.
Mm.
When you're ugly inside, it always comes out. But I don't want to see her come and tell me and say tomorrow that this was just a mental breakdown.
Whoa.
Stupid. Let's see this animal.
This is her.
This one here.
She's shoplifting, looks like.
I can't believe it. I'm so disgusted.
She proper went through the litany of stereotypes. I mean, I'm sure she also has black people who lay with her and whatnot, and they be whispering.
But you know what's... Yeah, because apparently in her comments...
and their gripes and whatnot, you know?
No, but people are trying to say apparently in her comments there's black people saying, oh, call me. Because she said she's suicidal.
Let her get out of here, man. What are we talking about?
Hey, we don't do that, mate.
This is the foolishness she's on, and I'm not... I'm not trying to hear her play the mental health card.
She said the quiet things out loud, to be honest.
This is it. So you can't come and tell me tomorrow that you were having a mental breakdown. These were the things that were in your heart. It's like the people that get dementia, but they never forget that they're racist. They forget their kids' names, forget their husband, forget everything. But they don't forget that they hate black people and they let their carers know. Do you know how deep that's got to be? For this to be what it is that you draw for you to... So you came in the industry thinking, oh, these people, they need my help. Like, you think black people are literally low down and just nothing. So when she's out here in this industry, she's thinking, oh, do you know what? I'm doing you guys a favor because society doesn't respect you.
Sorry, is this that doing around on Twitter or something?
Yeah.
Oh, because these interactions were minimal. I'm thinking, how did you even find this shit?
It quietly dropped yesterday amongst those who knew. And I think it's going to gather its pace.
Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't even see my main. I saw my private Twitter. I didn't even know.
Yeah, these interactions are minimal. I'm saying she ain't got no traction here. There ain't even no heat here. But you really know the word on the road.
I do.
Keep
my ears to the streets. If I didn't log out yesterday at 7 p.m, I would have reported in the actual segment. But I seen it reading. I was thinking, nah, because I remember when the Jada thing happened, and I wasn't gonna report on it because I saw her for what she was, and I wasn't gonna with word on road. There's certain people that I'm not going to waste my breath talking about because respectfully, it's beneath me. Yeah. Respectfully, and in fact, disrespectfully. I don't even care how you take it. But when I saw this and I said, no, you actually deserve, I don't want to see anything tomorrow about, oh my gosh, I'm doing a video, my head is tilted to the side, and I'm sorry. No. And any black artists that work with her as well deserve to be cancelled. Deserve to literally get cooked.
She needs to just get out of it and
That's
leave the
mad.
community completely. Nobody should be ever even talking to her, giving her a platform to be like,
Nothing.
oh, come back here.
No,
we don't need you.
No.
At all.
It's mad. As she said, every single... She ticked every box of stereotype. And that's what stuff like that scares me because so when you're sitting with these people, this is what you're thinking about them in your mind.
She's got delusions of grandeur, though. She doesn't seem like the truth.
No, she is. I think she's definitely delulu. There's definitely a few screws that are loose. Like, the screws aren't even in the area anymore.
I'm just. I don't know. I'm just thinking. What is this gonna translate to? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. Because that's the thing. But then it's tricky because it's like I don't think she was someone that was popping like that PR-wise.
Yeah.
She's gonna claim she was, but people only knew about her because she was going on a rant on the Jada. But I remember she even called into 90s and was trying to explain the situation and what happened and blah 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 blah. But people are gonna be shy for her. I expect that any black person that she's worked with is looking at her like, wow, so this is what you really think. Mad. Anyway, sorry for interrupting the segment. I actually need to leave to get Usher tickets.
Yeah, she's meaty.
Very. She's below meaty. Whatever is below meaty.
That's what she is.
That's what she is.
Yeah, she reached out to me, asked me if she can do some PR stuff for me and what she was explaining to do. I said, everything that you sound like you're doing, I kind of do for myself, so you'll be all right.
Oh, you'll be all right.
Just left it there. But anyway, worrying reaction, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get into our sports headlines. Last night, there was a Premier League game. Liverpool beat Luton 4-1. Showing them how it's done. I think they came back from 1-0 down as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I heard it was a fantastic second half. And they're missing 8 first-team players, I think.
No, I don't know if it's them missing them. I think they played them like that on purpose. I think that's going to be the team that's going to start the Carabao Cup on Sunday, more than likely.
Cool.
But then again, I don't know. Maybe they are missing them. But I think that's going to be the team that starts against the Carabao Cup on Sunday. If it is, I don't know if they're going to win. But we'll see. That was in the Premier League. And then in Champions League, Porto beat Arsenal 1-0, as I called. Did I tell you that these are going to go? Who did I say that to? It's Poet. I said, I'm going to go home. He said, what are you doing? I said, I'm going to go home and watch Arsenal lose. Called it.
Did you watch it?
And Napoli beat Barcelona. I mean, Napoli and Barcelona drew 1-0. I think Osimhen snatched the equaliser at the depth. They got something they want me to read about these games. So let me just read the stories first, then we can get into them. So we can have context. You know? Okay. So, FC Porto stunned a drab Arsenal side with a wonderful last-minute winner from Galeno as the Portuguese side took a Champions League last 16 first leg win to London. After scoring 11 goals in their last 2 Premier League games, the Gunners had an off night in Portugal and failed to register a shot on target for the first time in 2 years, and were left angst as Galeno cut inside and hit a superb long-range effort past David Raya in the 4th minute of stoppage time. Galeno should have put Porto ahead in the first half when he missed 2 sitters from close range, first hitting the post, then somehow putting an even better chance from the rebound wide. Arsenal's best chance came from set pieces as William Saliba, Gabriel and Kai Havertz put efforts from dead ball situations wide, but Galeno's dramatic winner means Mikel Arteta's side have to come from behind to progress to the quarterfinals when the second leg comes around on March the 12th. He's will be all right. Going home on the second leg, you got enough about you to sort out Porto. But no, I watched it. Oh, I attempted to watch it. I fell asleep after Declan Rice got booked. Do you remember when Declan Rice got booked?
Right at the top of the game.
I swear on my life. Fell asleep when Decky got booked. And then my fire stick was playing up, so then I missed the last bit of the game. So I thought it was going to be 0-0. I didn't know it was last ditch effort like that. So I figured you were going to be pissed. So I don't know how you feel about the performance. Because I don't know.
I think yesterday I said we didn't deserve to lose. I think I've changed my mind. I think we did deserve to lose.
Okay.
Because we were complacent.
Complacent?
Yeah.
No shots on target?
None whatsoever.
Was that just toothless, no bite there? Was you dominating the game?
Yeah, 100%. But their low block was chef's kiss.
But they was attacking too, right?
Yeah, when they could.
Oh, so it's counter-attack, just sit back and then just go.
Yeah.
That chance that my man missed was ridiculous. Both of them. I don't even know how the reaction from him to even get that one that came off the post was crazy.
Yeah.
Then to miss both of them was even crazier.
Yeah.
And then when I saw the last ditch goal, the quality of the goal was, whew.
Yeah, it was nice.
In the
Very
94th
nice goal.
minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was crazy.
Very nice
Was it
goal.
deserved though, or
No.
would the 0-0 would have been better?
No one, yes. But I only say yes because we were complacent. You shouldn't be giving the ball away in those dying seconds like Martinelli did. Only for it to just come back and then get beat by a 25-yard screamer. Curler.
But essentially, that performance, not from users, just say from Porto, there's nothing to be nervous about.
No, I'm not.
Going
I'm
to
not nervous.
Emirates.
I'm confident. The same way I was confident going into this. But we definitely need to basically be more courageous in attack.
I'm with that.
Yeah, we have to break down that little block very, very early. This whole waiting until halftime and then maybe no. Get in there immediately. But I'm confident.
Yeah, no, there's nothing to don't think it's hitting panic stations yet. It's in control. There's no away goal.
No, but Arsenal fans have started saying attitude out. Okay.
It's toxic. There's no away goal. If there was away goals, I could understand the panic.
There's no away
panic
goals,
stations.
precisely, so there's no advantage.
There's no away goals, so there's no real advantage. It's a straight shootout. You've got to score more than 2 goals at home and not concede. Yeah, now other game. It says Victor Osimhen rescued Napoli a 1-1 draw against Barcelona in the first leg of their Champions League last 16 tie in his first appearance for the club since December. Osimhen, who has served the ban in Napoli's previous game after returning from AFCON duty, runners-up Nigeria stole clear in the penalty area with 50 minutes remaining to fire home an equaliser. Barcelona had taken a deserved lead on the hour mark through Robert Lewandowski's 93rd Champions League goal. It was Napoli's first game since they sacked head coach Walter Mazzarri after 3 months in charge and replaced him with Francesco Calzona, while Barca were playing their first Champions League knockout match for 3 years. I saw some of the highlights of that. Don't know if Victor Osimhen's done himself any justice, man, from Kafka, man. If anything, he might go Chelsea. Chelsea might can still do it or something like that. Chelsea or Saudi, he's looking like, or something like that. I don't know if he's done himself any favours.
At all.
Innit?
At all, Marks.
Yeah.
At all.
Thought so, but yeah, I don't know if he'll get goals, he can score goals, but he made Lukaku look like a baller. Yeah, that's the end of our sports news. Big weekend of football ahead. We could talk about that tomorrow. Let's get into that. Who are we doing? Play the link for number 2, please, Brent. Let's see if we agree with this woman here. I've seen this going around.
$50,000 don't date. I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you.
You're not ready to date. You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Everything costs.
Okay.
You can go for 22 walks in the park. Eventually, shorty is gonna need a sip of something. She gonna be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play. So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date. And whatever that looks like for you, you might
Why
only
you
make
got $3
$50,000,
for
but you
water,
live in a
you
shit.
heifer?
What do you mean?
Huh? Sorry, Brent. That's it.
And now you got expendable cash. Or get you a bottom of the barrel bitch that's gonna date you when you have no money. If she doesn't have the expectation, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, enjoy it while it lasts because eventually you're gonna wanna run. Because she doesn't stretch you. She doesn't make you the man that you need to become. She allows you to be the stagnant dude in the same jeans for days. You know what I'm saying?
be cutting up.
I'm
You
just
talk about
saying. So if you're making $50,000, don't date.
Do you agree with her, Esther?
Listen, I think all this stuff is bullshit, man. I'm sick of conversations about dating and money and this and that. I just think it's very unrealistic and I think it's very stupid.
It's very annoying, isn't it?
Very stupid. Like, aren't
taking
you guys
its toll
bored?
on me, all of these
It's stupid.
these conversations.
It's
and
stupid.
these
It's stupid.
opinions and these sentiments.
What's the average salary in America?
I don't know.
So I feel like probably less than $50,000. So why would you say that? And again, I think for me, these conversations are even more stupid because the people that make the most noise about having stuff don't have it. They don't have
I don't
it.
understand why she's so happy to just sit by. She's just so happy to just sit there and just.
'Cause they don't even wanna
essentially
have a mic
just
these days,
be-
Miles.
just beg.
Because Amazon does not have a certification check
For you to order your mic.
Please order your mic, man. I'm sick of it.
Just that she said, you can go for walks. Going for walks is nice and stuff, but eventually this girl's going to need some water. Water's $3 in Atlanta. Are you telling me, this essentially what she's saying is, she don't have the means to feed and water herself?
Apparently
That's essentially what she's telling me.
Apparently not.
Without this man to provide her for this $3 water, she is going to wilt.
Yeah. She's gonna, he's trying to kill her. He
hates her.
He hates her.
I don't know if that's what she was suggesting when she put up the comparison. She just set a little baseline. If water is this, then
if that's the baseline, if the baseline's that low, if you can't afford your own water, if you can't afford water for me, if you can't afford water for her, how's it gonna work? That means she can't afford it for herself. Indirectly, that's what she's saying.
No, I think Bray's trying to say that she's trying to say that if basic water is $3, then a meal and a proper drink is more than that. He's gonna be down bad.
But people need to be able to feed and water themselves anyway.
For one.
You get me?
Bloody one.
Also, I saw some people in the comments talking about this woman because she's not particularly desirable.
Wow.
And they were saying...
What the woman we just watched?
And they were saying that...
I'm tired, man.
Huh? No, they were just saying that how come the message is always essentially immediate? Like, why is it always the Johns that nobody wants got so much to say for themselves?
I don't know. I don't think that's right. Nobody wants her. I reckon.
No, the masses don't want. No, I'm saying that's what they was. I was saying what I saw in the comments. I'm not saying this.
No, but you know what the problem is. But you know why that's not fact.
Sorry, let me land.
Let
me land. What I wanted to say was, why is that? What I'm getting at is, why is that like the sentiment? Why is that people's thinking when it's like if she was by whatever society standards she was a 10 or whatever. It would have been. What she's saying would have been fine to fly.
But you know what? It wouldn't be fine because those girls are called hoes.
Okay.
So there's nothing you can
speak on it.
Anyone that whoever says whatever, there's always going to be some kind of something about them. If it's a woman that's married and actually this is the reality she lives, they're going to say that she's a pick-me. They're going to say that she's oppressed in a marriage. If it's a woman that's single, that hasn't got kids, that hasn't got a husband, they're going to say she's single, hating as barren.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So there's always going to be word for somebody that's preaching something. I think the issue today, though, is that everybody thinks that whatever's in their mind, they have a right to let it out. I don't think people do. I think everyone should shut up for the most part, because that's some nonsense.
I would think I have the goal to basically not have pee and look to approach a woman who I can see her lifestyle is a particular way. It's like the
Reesa Teesa. Love her,
what
man.
business have I got going to trouble this woman or any woman?
You ain't got no peas.
I mean, Fernand raises a point. He said dating is expensive. Dating is expensive, but I think there's more emphasis on money than on actual relationships today. And I think that's the problem. Because people are so it's a two-way problem. Men are using money to attract women, and the women are using money as the basis to stay with a man. Do you get what I mean? So either way, I thought people are putting too much. People are making money seem like that is the recipe for a successful relationship, and they're missing on all the other things that actually makes a successful relationship. And that's why I'm sick of this conversation.
What's annoying is I seen that bitch. She's more than likely getting dicked down by some unemployed thug.
More than likely.
Buying him weed. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Buying him weed, giving him her food stamps, all of that stuff. Not
giving him a food.
Whatever it may be, but the standards that she's projecting, I don't know if they're living by them. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, this is the problem. What everybody does,
and that's why I want people to quiet, because I know what you do behind closed doors. I know this is not your reality. I know when you're sitting on your little podcast and you're saying you want a 6-figure I know that's not your reality. I know the losers you've dated. You have an unhealthy allegiance to losers, and we know, the streets know. And I think that's always my thing. I even saw a thing yesterday. It was a TikTok, and it's about when the girls are like, oh, for like a day in my life of going on a date, blah, blah, blah. And someone was like, actually, being an escort has been like rebranded to be dating.
Yeah.
So a lot of young people watching it and thinking, oh my gosh, like my boyfriend's not buying me this and taking me to Hermes and all that kind of stuff on the first date. But actually the woman's an escort. And escorts, I actually learned yesterday as well, are different to prostitutes. Did not know that. So, do you get me? So I think with social media, it's all just smokes and mirrors and just making people think that you're living a life that you're not living. But I just shut up. I think you can tell people how you're living, but when you start talking down on women who are not as superficial as you, that's where I always have a problem. Because her saying that, there's women that are great for a bottom barrel, I Okay, girl. I'm sure you're scraping some bottoms, but okay.
I think I actually saw that video. I think it's because you reposted it.
Did I?
You left a comment on it. I think.
Me?
It came up onto my feed. What's your my own royalty? Oh, here you go. Okay.
Oh yeah, I did. I retweeted it.
I found it quite interesting.
It is, isn't it? I didn't know that. And the girl was saying that she knows because she works at a hotel.
What's this? No?
And she's had the girls.
And I just met a guy who
give it a
does
code.
just that. If you're new here, welcome to my dating
can't hear.
diaries, where I overshare my dating life
Hold up.
in New York. This guy slid into my DM.
Can I pop into this? I can.
Who does just that. If you're new here, welcome to my dating diaries, where I overshare my dating life in New York. This guy slid into my DMs on Instagram saying that my dating diaries are very downtown based and I should have an uptown edition. So let's call this guy Uptown Matt. I asked what a night uptown entails and he said shopping at Hermes and dinner at Daniel. At first I thought he was kidding, but then when he called me a car, I saw that the end location was Hermes on Madison Ave. Once I arrived, I met him inside the store and I was greeted with champagne, and then we went straight to the shoe section. I tried on the Oron sandals and was debating between the brown and white. He preferred the white, so I went with that. He then checked out and we walked over to Daniel. Uptown Man was an extreme gentleman and he told me he believes in princess treatment only. He talked me up like no other and told me I'm so worthy for a 21-year-old. We talked about our favorite spots in London, Paris, and Saint-Tropez. That's when I told him I'm going to Paris at the end of this week and he offered to make me reservations while I'm there. He told me that I'm worth so much more than a last-minute reservation at some mid-bar downtown. Also, the food and drinks at Daniel was top tier. It was probably one of the best dinners I've ever had. This was the best part. At the end of dinner, he offered to bring me back to the kitchen to meet the chef at the restaurant. Before going our separate ways, we made plans to see each other once I'm back in town. He then called me a car and texted me immediately after. Uptown Man sets the bar extremely high. Ladies, don't listen to any dusty man when they tell you your standards are too high.
And that's the problem. You can't be giving people advice when you are an escort. And apparently as well, it's so interesting. I learn a lot. Apparently you need a license to be an escort. You got to pay taxes on that and stuff. Like, it's not illegal. What's illegal is if you're doing it off the books. Okay. And so apparently in the industry, this is their way of kind of doing it illegally because they're saying it's dating and whatnot and blah, 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 blah. But then, yeah, it's like off the radar. But yeah, you apparently need a license to be an escort. I did not know that. Didn't know it was an actual recognised job.
Pimping ain't easy, man.
Apparently not.
Well, she's living her life.
But that plus size girl has done it. She's done it here.
Yeah, she's definitely done it. Society's done it here, man. Because I've had enough.
Yeah, everyone's done. I'm done. Hell.
Let's take the mics, man. Let's get into our outro.
Let's take the mics.
It's so funny because there are times when it is that we go viral and people say the same thing about.
They want to take our mics.
Yeah, but they can have context of the
There
whole
needs to be attacks on
conversation.
mics.
They don't have context of the whole situation. Plus, you clip me up to make me look like I say things I didn't say. So that doesn't. Their opinion is irrelevant.
That'll
you know
do
what
it.
I mean?
Yeah. I'll be lying to you.
That'll do it.
Doesn't matter what strangers think or people that watch. They're wrong, innit? They would be wrong. I didn't. Yeah. So my mic don't need to be taken away.
Of course. Right, outro.
Social media is so stupid. It was so dumb. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate it. Please don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to the channel. All that great stuff. Big up the researchers. Big up the editors. Big up everybody that is involved with this great platform in one way or another. Follow us on social media platforms The Day After TNB, Instagram, Twitter, and on TikTok. And if you can also join our Discord as well. Search The Day After TNB. We are on there. And if you want to send your dilemmas in or you want to call us when we're live on air, sorry, the number is 075 6484 1073. If you'd like to inquire about the show, feature on the show, our email address is thedayafter@thenewblack.com. Have a great Thursday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Peace.
Peace.